recreate the Facebook input because apparently whatever fucking happened with it had fucking died in the ass. So... Okay. Right. Okay, so yeah, I figured out what the problem was. I had to recreate. Unfortunately, I had to recreate the. I think. Shit. Hello? What the fuck is going on here? Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, so yeah, what happened is I had to recreate the fucking, recreate the Facebook profile because it apparently got corrupted, I'm guessing. So yeah, that's unfortunate. It's sad, it got corrupted, got fucked over, so that's the sad part of it. Anyway. Alright. So the thing I have to do, I have to take my medications anyway. Alright, got those meds out of the way. Jesus Christ, they taste like shit. Some of them do anyway. Okay. Let's see. Right, so... I'm just a bird in the sky. Ooh, Yanka. I'm just a nerd in the sky. Right, back to where I was. Dreaming, I'm dreaming my life away. Oh, God. It's crazy shit though that I've seen these days, especially, particularly. Something I've just noticed myself. It's always the world, isn't it? It's always the way the world is, in context. It's always the way things are. At the end. In the long run, I've learned myself. Security codes. What's the shit anyway? Sorry, I'm just getting rid of some of these. Some of this shit is just old calls and shit that I'm getting up. I got a weird ass message. I got a weird ass message yesterday. It doesn't even make sense. Some type of message about Satan. I'm like, okay. Don't even know what the hell it was for. I don't even know who the hell it was from, to be honest. I could probably reverse look up the number maybe, but if it's a mobile number, sometimes you can't reverse look up it. It just depends. Out of curiosity. Reverse. You can saying that you can look up a lot of numbers these days. Reverse look up a lot of numbers, but not every number can be reverse looked up. Let me try this site and see what happens. Just because I'm curious who this text came from. I mean, it won't tell me everything about the person, but it'll give me some details anyway. Firstly, I don't know, they did... Like, the whole entire text didn't even make any sense. And, kind of just made me scratch my head, to be honest. See if this actually works. No results. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll try a couple of other sites. There's a couple other sites I do, like, especially if you're looking up numbers or you're reverse looking a number up. Normally you can tell straight away if it's some type of scam number or something of that nature. It'll actually tell you who it is, in most cases. Because most of the time other people have reported the number previously. But if nobody's ever done any type of prank calling or anything from the number, it can be hard to figure out who the fuck it came from. It's a local number. It's on the Vodafone network, apparently. Yes, it belongs to Vodafone. It's in Australia. The country, its capital city. So it's a Canberra number. It's a local number. Doesn't give a major amount of details about it. So yeah, whatever. What's better? It doesn't really make sense, to be honest. Most of it's just rattling on about Satan and this person knowing things about Satan and Asian Chinese spirits, and it's like, okay, alright. Like, some of this I sort of go, okay, alright. Has some relevance, I guess. It doesn't make any sense, though. I mean, the sentence structure is not really placed out really well. It's like it was written by somebody who's their language is their second... English is their second language or something. So, yeah. Yeah. And then it goes on about aliens. Weird part is it's a media message. Has no subject line either, and it has no other details in the message, so I'm like, okay. It's like, huh, what? Oh well, no. I mean, okay, I'm crazy and I have my crazy days, but at least I can say that even on my craziest day, most of my sentences make sense. Like, even on my worst days when I'm off my fucking nut and I'm feeling like, you know, I'm going over the edge, I can say that most of my sentences that I construct in English do actually make a certain degree of sense, and they actually have a certain degree of logic behind them. But yeah, all good. Right. So yeah, I know who that belongs to. Well, I don't know who it belongs to, but I definitely know what networks it is. It's with Vodafone, firstly. That's the first part of it. It's at Canberra. It's based in Canberra. And aside from that, I don't know much else. I don't know the person's details. But saying that, there are other ways I can get the person's details if I really wanted to. But I don't know who. I don't know who it was. I don't know who sent me the message anyway. At this point, so obviously somebody has my number, but my number is publicly available on the web. So you know, the thing is, it's easy to get access to. At the end, and if you know, that's the other side of it too. Is you do get that sometimes. You get it. Well, you don't get it all the time, but if you do have your numbers listed online, you do get not harassed, but well, you can get harassed. You can get harassed by people, but you can also at the same time you can get nailed by people, I guess, to a certain extent if you know they just want to message you for whatever reason. Fuck me sideways. At this point, I don't know. At this point, I've paid all my bills except for a few that are supposed to automatically come out. So that's good. I don't know. I'm just bored. I guess I'm bored at the moment because I haven't really got a massive amount to do. I mean, I got a few things I could probably do, you know, but unfortunately, not having access to my workshop as well doesn't help either. If I don't have access to my workshop, I can't do much in the sense of like being able to rearrange computers or fix things. The other thing too is I don't know what's going on with my computer outside in the workbench, but it looks like it might be having power issues. I don't know, and I can't get out there right now because my nephew's still there, So unfortunately, I can't do much about it. You know, it's just.
Stop! I need to realize it.
Fried chicken in a monkey stack.
That is beyond annoying.
Hey, hey, but a monkey. There's a beaver there with a monkey around. There's some parts of my life that I love. You know, I'd say they're the best features of my life, but then there's
Well,
other parts
I'll
of my
be
life that I
fucked.
hate. I don't know, I'm pretty lucky most of the time though. I mean, I have a good family support system for my mental issues. I have a YouTube channel that's pretty well supported. I mean, okay, obviously I could have a lot more people supporting me, but, you know, the amount of people that do are actually interested in what I have to say and the things that I do on the YouTube channel. Thank you. Actually, I want to thank people. I want to thank the people on my list. I even talked to one of those people in Skype occasionally. He was pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy. I've talked to him a few times. We've just discussed different bits and pieces. He just talks. I don't know. Occasionally, we just like talk about different jobs and stuff and things like that. He talks about some of the stuff that goes on in his life. But you know what? It's always good to have people who support you. It's always good to have people who, you know, praise you up and make you feel good about yourself. I mean, okay, it's just good to have that support in general. And it's also good to have people who are interested in your channel for, you know, whether it's for tech purposes or whether it's for any other reason. At the end of it, you know, I thank those people for their support because, you know, I wouldn't keep doing the videos and the streaming that I'm doing if I didn't feel like there wasn't people around looking at my stuff. That's the honest truth. So that's the reason that I keep doing it, you know. I feel there's people out there who do actually... I mean, even if you don't directly interact with me all the time, you know, and there are people who do. I mean, there's people who troll me too. I mean, I don't, you know, that's cool. If you want to troll me, go ahead. I troll people occasionally myself. But I mean, like, fuck, you know, it's just, I don't know, I actually want to thank people who do support my stuff. Because it makes me feel good about myself. And makes me feel like I'm achieving something. I mean, even though occasionally I don't feel that way either. Oh my god, I should probably send this stream out, shouldn't I? Because I didn't actually... I'll rebroadcast myself again. 1, 2... Okay, I'm just gonna make up some fucking fun balls. Morning stream of glory balls. There we go. That'll work. That's been something that's not gonna. I'm not gonna repost it. Ah, fuck me. Right. Perfect. Reposting. I'm a posterer. I'm a posterer. I go postering, round and round, bitch, round and round. How bizarre, how bizarre. Okay, where am I? I'm just looking on my lists to see if there is anything that I can buy. Or anything that I really need to essentially buy right now, that is. Ooh, excuse me, no. It's too fucking cold. I'm not going to go out boxing, put it that way. I was going to get a boxing thing, but I have to put it outside fucking side anyway. So that's, I could keep it inside, I guess, I don't know. Fuck, no. I'm not going to get the boxing thing yet. If I'm going to get that, I'll probably get it later, to be honest. I wanted to get a new laptop, but then I thought, fuck it, you know, I'm not doing up until the point that I get my license, I can't really do much, like, in the sense of mobile repairs. So any of that stuff that I'm going to be doing in the future, it's going to be reliant on the laptop, but that's my point. In essence of context, I'm going to get my license for that reason, so... bored, I guess. I don't know, I'm a little bit bored, I guess. I'm not overly bored, but I mean, okay, it gets a little bit boring sometimes with some of the things that happen in my life. Some shit's boring, some shit's interesting. Other side of it too is I guess sometimes I do try to... I admit I provoke reactions out of people just to get some interesting shit happening in my life. That's actually true. I've done that before. I have actually done that before. I don't do it all the time, but I know that I have done it in the past. I'm guilty of it. I definitely am. So I actually have to recharge the battery on this. Let's see. Okay. That only just came up now? What the fuck? I paid that like fucking 15, 20 something minutes ago. What the fuck? Some of this stuff, like my notifications on my phone, some of they just don't fucking pop. I'm like, what the hell, dude? So there's nothing majorly pissing me off at the moment. Like, sometimes I've had situations where I've had to buy something simply because something was broken that I had previously and it wasn't working correctly, and I've had to fucking replace it or get a replacement for it so I could fix it. So there's nothing really broken in my life at the moment. It's like I've had this gaming mouse for a long time too. Same with all my screens and stuff. I mean, this is my point. Rarely do I find my computer and my equipment breaks down. The only time that I might find that happens sometimes is in certain situations when I've had, say for example, I had my SSD, because I do so much streaming, I stay online so often, break down because of the read and write count cycles. It basically went over it. Now it probably could have lasted a lot. It probably could have lasted a lot longer, to be honest. But I think it was on its way out. Put it that way. So that's the reason. Hence the reason I just thought, fuck it. So I replaced it pretty much. You know. So how bizarre! How bizarre! All night people everywhere. Sing. All night people everywhere. Just gonna say analytics. So this is interesting. You get $150 worth of credits if you spend $150 on Word on AdWord analytics, which I do know I've been mucking around with a little bit. I haven't done a major amount with it. That's my point. You get $150 worth. So I have to spend $150 to get $150 worth. So yeah, I'm okay for the moment. Maybe in the future. Maybe. Not right now though. Not right now. I'm not big on that. I'm good. What the hell is this? See, another thing I do as well as I get blank emails. Like fucking relatively stupid blank emails. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to log on to POF because I tried to log on yesterday, the day before, and it wasn't actually working correctly. I do, and yes, and if anybody's asking, yes, I do go on dating sites. Percentage of them you find though on dating sites are crazy. Not that bad. I mean, I'm fucking crazy. This is my point. I mean, to be honest, ideally, if I'm going to have a woman who likes me, she's going to have to be just as crazy as I am to handle my shit. You have to register a free account to use this dating site. So that's weird. For a long time, I had a POF account. And then all of a sudden, the login details and all the other shit is fucking gone. It's just gone, and it's no longer there, and it's... I don't know. I'm guessing maybe they deleted it. It's distinctly possible. Let me try and create an account and see what happens. They'll probably tell me I have a fucking account already. And that's okay. Yeah, this is my point. So apparently a few people have been having the same issue. They try to log into their account, their POF account. It doesn't fucking work. I do have a couple of other dating sites that I go to as well. It's not just one dating site I rely on. But fuck. Like, seriously? Like, apparently, because I checked it out, apparently a few people are having this issue. Every time I try to log in, it doesn't give you the option to log in. Or it tells you the username and your password doesn't exist. So, yeah, kind of fucked. And I did change my password already and saved the new password as well. So, yep, that is fucking fucked, kind of, you know. It's not like fucking Ashley Madison. I am fucking Ashley Madison's like having an affair, you know, life short having an affair, which is kind of fucked. I don't know. I'm never the type of person to cheat on someone, you know. I don't do that shit. But that Ashley Madison debacle where everybody got exposed on the website is kind of fucked at the end of it. Like, to think that there are that many people out there who cheat or who have cheated. And it kind of sickens me to think that that's the way the population's gone, you know. They've gone towards that degree of knowledge, you know. The other side of it too is I'm also of the mind that if somebody's going to cheat and you don't know about their situation, and then at the end you finally find out, yes, it's your responsibility to walk away then. But if you don't know about that person being in a relationship and they've never told you, and they've never told you anything about it, then at the end of it, you can't really be blamed for that person having a relationship with you or things of that nature. And that's kind of sickening in my mind, that I think because sometimes this happens with partners who you know, get into that situation. What'll happen necessarily is that the people will end up getting exposed for the fact that they're having an affair, or they're cheating. And what'll end up happening in most cases is the person will blame the person on the other side of it, the person who was having the affair. But the truth is, not everybody tells the truth. Not everybody is fucking honest. And I just love how there's this mentality, you know, that person may have known or they did know. It's not always the case. It's just not always the case that the person knows that person's cheating, or they know anything about them cheating. And I hate to say it, but it's just part of life, you know? It's part of life, and it's just part of the way it is, you know? Unfortunately, there's always going to be those people who get caught in that situation, you know? And unfortunately, there's always going to be... Well, there's always going to be people who cheat. That's just a conclusion I've come to myself. I don't condone cheating. I never have, you know. But I've seen swingers, you know, people who are like couples, right? That like to, you know, get a single person and like have a threesome or something like that, or things of that nature. And the truth of the matter is, there's always going to be people like that, but that's consensual, you know, that's between two partners, and that's somebody actually, the two partners consenting to everything happening, and, you know, everybody being comfortable with the situation. But there's the opposite spectrum of it, which, you know, is people not being comfortable with the situation at all. It's the opposite spectrum, and I think at the end of it, you know, I don't know. I mean, I've seen some interesting stuff. I mean, especially on different Facebook groups and stuff, you know. People who just claim they're not cheating or claim they are, you know. Other people, you know, I mean, the other side of it too is there's another factor that comes into drugs. Like, most people don't think about this, but say somebody's on really hard drugs. The way they feel on that drug, at the end of it, may affect how they feel about a relationship or how they feel about things in their life. And the thing about being on that drug in the first place is that it may affect the person's mood and their attitude towards people as well. And this even includes, I had to say it, but even antidepressants for that matter, can have an effect on how somebody thinks and how, like, it can, well, it's actually been statistically proven. Say, for example, Prozac or something like that. It can give you abnormal thoughts on what is right and what is wrong. That's the truth. And if people disagree with me, well, that's their fucking choice at the end of it, but I'm telling you the truth. Those types of drugs, because they give, you know, they give you serotonin levels, right? They can make you perceive and see the world in a different way, you know? And the truth is, sometimes something that you think is right, or you feel is right, you know. The other side of it too is, you know, you see it so often, you know, somebody does something, doesn't tell their partner, you know, lies to them blind-faced, or boldly, you know, boldly lies to them. And, you know, they get away with it simply because they get a ticket on it, because they're, you know, they're a little more... The partner's a little more submissive. Actually, probably the best concept is pussy whipped. I hate to say it, but it's actually true, you know, pussy whipped in context, that's what we go with it anyway. And then it doesn't always happen, but there has been situations where, you know, you always notice certain people get away with certain things. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with women wanting to look better or looking good or whatever. And it's not like I'm trying to criticize people who look good. What I'm criticizing is that some people seem to think that just because they look good or just because they have a particular way of doing things in life, they can get away with that shit. You know what I mean? And they seem to think or feel that they can get away with it. It's something that they inherently can get away with. And the truth is, just because you look better, just because you look good, or just because you've gone to the gym or something like that, doesn't mean you can get away with shit. Or you can get away with, you know, fucking doing dodgy shit to people. Kind of, at some point, karma's going to catch up with you. That's my whole point is anyway. Even if karma's helped along a little bit too. Because eventually, at some point, karma will catch up. Everything will get there, you know, and that's just the way it works. So. Not always the situation, though. And I'm going to go and get a coffee. I'll be right back. water. Oh, okay. Water. Oh. Alright. Let me see here. Alright, some coffee anyway. On and off, I've been watching a bit of Netflix and things like that. That hasn't been too bad. But in between that, I've been trying to keep myself busy with, well, if I had... Okay, put it this way. If I had the money, I would definitely be doing more projects. Probably more project builds and stuff. But I haven't done any project builds for a while, so... At this point, anyway, I'm still mucking around with things anyway, so we'll see how it goes. Page. I'm just trying to get some of this stupid shit to work. Oh, I definitely want to play some more PC games at this point, which I probably will switch off my Facebook stream for, because my Facebook stream weighs down on my system, basically on my CPU and stuff. So yeah. But I do definitely want to fix up getting... Well, I don't know, as I said, I'm going to try and set up the two other computers in the house for doing Bitcoin mining. If I can help it, so we'll see how it goes. But I don't know, I mean, like, that's a percentage of the thing, that people don't seem to realise with IT. When you're learning something new, especially if it's Bitcoin mining or whatever you want to learn, you're learning most of it off the web. Not just that, but you're learning it on the fly. So sometimes it takes a little while to get used to certain things you might want to do. And the problem with that is, as I said, it does take a lot of effort to put... Well, it can take a lot of effort depending on how you're feeling. Other side of it too, depends on your level of concentration as well. If you're really, really focused on something, you want to do something, you'll get in, you'll do it straight away. The other side of it too is I'm still in the midst of... helping my sister move into her new place as well, which, you know, that can be a bit of an issue. Well, it can be a bit of an issue because I don't get as much time to do the other stuff I want to do, but, you know, on the other side of it too, I'm not... Okay, firstly, I'd want to go out into my workshop and I'd probably be doing, maybe listing some stuff on eBay or whatever, and I might be doing that. Problem is I can't really do that right now because there's no fucking room to move in there at the moment. There's barely any room at all. And that's part of the issue of being able to do what I want at this point. So I'm not going to gripe too much about it. I've already pretty much had my whole spiel on that. But yeah. There's a certain degree that you can do for yourself. There's a certain degree of things you can do, but when you're constrained by things around you and the environment that you're in, that can be harder it can be harder to expand on what you want to do or what you want to achieve. Now, I know there's things that I can do right now, which is of course getting my license, I do have to study for the test. I do have to put like a bit of study into it, obviously, and there's a road ready course that I have to do. But I have to look in to find out exactly how much it's going to cost me. The other things too is, you know, there's a bit of a rigmarole because you can't get a learner's permit without doing this course first, and that's the thing. You've got to do the course. It's just part of the rules of the system. Basically, there's no other way around it. I have to do the course. The other thing too is I've got to find out, you know, the other thing is finding out when exactly they're running the courses. They might not run the courses all the time. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are at the moment. At this point in time anyway. But yeah, we will see. Hate to say it, nothing's ever as simple as some people make it out to be, you know. Years ago it might have been simple to do things that you know, particular bits and pieces you want to do, but these days it can be really a big issue to do what you want, you know, or generally do anything on those lines anyway. So yeah, freak, I don't know, the way the government's going. I mean, the way the government's going, they'll tax you to fucking take a shit. I'll tax you to fucking take a shit, and I'll make it illegal to piss. Probably what the point we'll get to at some point. Like, that's probably pretty much it. But, you know, as I said, I don't think it's, you know, I don't think it'll get that bad, but like, fuck, it does feel like it's going to get that bad some days, especially with some of the idiotic shit that people end up doing. I mean, I've done some dumb shit, but you know what, especially when I've been drunk and I've done stuff I've done on the internet, and you know what, stuff on the internet doesn't really count, because there's more, you know, there's more stuff you do in real life. It's violent reactions you do in real life that count more than anything else, you know. And that's the truth. I mean, you violently react or go over the fucking top in real life, that's when the problems start. That's when the issues start, you know. As somebody who's never been arrested, I can honestly say you know, well, this is my point, I've never been arrested for a crime. On top of that, I've never been arrested for a crime. On top of that, I've never tried go out of my way to commit a violent act. The only time that I would get violent is when it comes to my self-preservation, as in protecting my own life and my family's lives. So mine takes a priority on the context. So if somebody tries to threaten my life, I don't have a problem protecting my life. You know what I mean? And that's the same context. If somebody threatens my family's lives, I don't have a problem protecting my family either. Oh, fuck me sideways. I'm going nuts. I want a grenade for ya. Actually, it's quite funny though. ViewTech. I was watching this thing. He said it's like, this is a rap video or something. He did this fucking hilarious. Oh, that was funny. Oh my god. Some shit is just hilarious. Some shit's a bit stupid too, but I know it's still funny though. He wasn't doing too bad. I guess it's all about that. Oh, fuck. At this point, I might just get a bit. I'll probably get some beer. Probably get a case of beer or something like that. A couple other bits and pieces, some smoking stuff, and yeah, and the rest. If I really want food, I can have food. If I don't want food, I don't want food. But I mean, there's plenty of food in the house anyway, so I'm not worried about, you know, food, because it's not a major issue at the moment. That's the thing, I never run out of food. I've got plenty of food in the house. I mean, I can go out and buy takeaway food like kebabs or, you know, some sort of fried food or something, or Chinese food or something. But I don't buy that all the time because it's fairly expensive. Like, I mean, typically a Chinese meal these days in Australia will set you back for like a, you know, fairly good amount of food, about $50 or so. So, I mean, it's pretty expensive to buy takeaway all the time. I mean, it's actually excessively expensive to do it all the time. It's actually, ironically, food is more expensive than booze. You can get booze cheaper than food. That shows you what this country puts priority to, right? If you can buy food cheaper than if you can buy booze cheaper than food, doesn't that show you what the priority is on? Oh, that's kind of sad, actually. That is really kind of sad that people put priority on them, but that's actually true. Right, no, that is quite sad. You can buy booze cheaper than you can buy food. Doesn't that tell you something about our country as a whole? Because most of the time, by every American and certain people online, I've been told our country, our entire country, are a bunch of alcoholics. Right? So if you look at us as an entirety of the whole country, we put more priority on booze than we do on food. Well, I mean, think about it. You know, that's true. But no, like as a whole, in our whole country, like okay, plenty of times Americans have always, well, okay, you know, Americans got their own issues, I agree, but even some of the other countries I'm talking to, Italy, Japan, all these other countries, Australia has always got called out for how much alcohol we consume as a nation. You know what I mean? I mean, okay, you know, to me, what I consider to be a full raging alcoholic is someone who can't stop drinking. You know what I mean? Like they have to drink constantly, like 24 hours a day, sort of thing. That's what I consider to be a raging alcoholic, right? But we as a country put emphasis so much on alcohol in comparison to everything we do. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I'm not saying everybody does, but a good percentage of the country does. Well, you're saying that friend of yours, right? You say he's always down the pub all the time. You can imagine how much he probably spends on alcohol. I mean, okay, he doesn't go buy it privately because it's always a bit cheaper to buy it privately, you know what I mean? Like, statistically speaking, if that's correct, the amount of alcohol we consume, like, I think they actually did a statistical thing. And we were the highest country rated for consuming alcohol as a whole. You know what I mean? We're also the highest country rated for drunk violence. You know what I mean? So it makes you wonder, you know? I mean, not that I have an issue with alcohol. I get, you know, it's okay to have a drink. But the other side of it too is there's the other side of the spectrum as well. You know, it's people who've been adversely affected badly by alcohol. You know? And it's handled all different ways. Well, this is my point. It's handled all different ways. It depends on people's perspective. I get why some people have a negative attitude towards it. The same as context as I get said why some people have a negative attitude towards smoking because they've had a negative impact on their life. Now the problem is there's both sides of the spectrum. You've got people who've been negatively impacted by alcohol, and you've got people who are negatively impacted by smoking. The problem is that from both sides, from either side of the fence, one to the other can't see the other's argument. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's the reason there's so much trouble between people who smoke and people who just smoke and don't drink alcohol. You know, a combination of that. Yeah. It's more a case of people not understanding the situation. And to me, that, well, you know, it's the same context, say, for example, America, right? Overseas or whatever, even England, Japan, whatever. They can't understand why we consume so much alcohol because they've never done that. But it's a normal Aussie tradition, you know what I mean? Yeah. The amount of people that I've seen consume copious amounts of alcohol, including my own friends, you know what I mean, that I've had over the years, is pretty high, you know what I mean? And the thing is that, you know, everybody's got a different way of looking at it. That's the problem. Like, say, for example, you know, I try to explain to you why I like it, and you don't understand because that's not something you can see yourself doing. You know, not something you understand or have a reason to do. You know that? The other side of it too is stress level is fairly, you can cope with a fairly high stress level most of the time, you know, which, that's the reason I continue with the support system, you know, it's been a long one. But me, it's different. I get to a certain level and I have to fucking, you know, I need something to cope with. Okay, put it this way, whether it's a prescription drug or whatever, I need some type of drug to cope with, you know what I mean? So in context, I was predestined to be a drug addict. If you actually think about that in context. Because I can't handle life without drugs. Whether it's a fucking antipsychotic or whatever. So pretty much, in what you would classify as looking at from a perspective, I am a drug addict. Whether it's illegal drugs or illegal, you know? In context, yeah? Now, as I say, everybody's different, but, I mean, okay. Everybody's different, everybody looks at a different point. People always look down on people, whether it's prescription drugs you take or whatever, you know, these other combinations you take. They look down upon you because you take a drug. If you take a drug to handle something, you're a pussy, you're a weaker, you know? Well, that's the general thing of society, how they do it. You know, right? Yeah, but see, okay, look. See, you're in an older generation, right? Older generations didn't have half of these powerful ass drugs and machines going around these days. You never have to deal with the inherent side effects of all around and all that stuff. And even some of that stuff, you realise that, you know, heroin, this stuff that people are doing these days, it was in a bottle and you could legally buy it years ago in the 1930s. You know that? You can legally buy it if you legally use it. Same with a lot of these different drugs. You know, they supposedly legalised, right? Sorry, they may not. That's fine. A lot of this stuff back in the 1930s and 40s and on, a lot of this stuff was, you know, most of it you can use legally for some medical purpose or whatever. You know? But as time went on, they made it illegal. You know? Now, I mean, it's different for you now because you didn't grow up with that experience. You also didn't grow up. But my point is, you grew up in a situation where you didn't have an adverse effect from drugs. I mean, I don't know, because I've talked to different people, right? And not just that, I've never talked to other friends that they've had, you know, drug addicts steal their stuff and sell it for drugs or whatever. And the thing is, a lot of people have had negative side effects of that stuff, you know? And the truth is, you had to grow up with that to deal with it. But I've come to understand from other people's perspective what it's like to deal with that on a daily basis. What it's like, what it's like for them. Not just like that, but what it's like for the families and stuff like that. That's the reason that like the heart or something. It's really nasty, it's crap. It really fucks you. It really does fuck you up. But even at that, you know, say for example, rentals, you know, codeine, people get addicted to those things. And it's very easy to get addicted, especially if people have a very addictive personality. They can't control how much they think or what they're doing, and they don't control it. Now, as I said, everybody's different, and everybody looks at things from a perspective, but here's the thing. Who are the people pushing those pills, say for example, pain pills? It's doctors who are pushing those pills on people. Now I know it's for pain. I know it's but the truth is, it's the doctors who are being paid by the pharmaceutical companies to drive those sales because they want to push those pills out as fast as they possibly can. But at the end of it, those pills can have a lot of issues. You know, fucking people get torn apart because they're taking too many fucking painkillers and they just okay. The other thing we'll say, for example, codeine and other painkillers is most people don't realise when you feel literally feel like, oh, you feel like you're invincible. Not just invincible, but you can feel like there's no pain. You don't care about anybody else but yourself. You care about self-preservation. So what will happen is you'll do that. Say for example, you take these painkillers. Take the painkillers and mix them with strong mix them with alcohol, right? What will happen is once you mix those with alcohol, it gives you a superiority complex over yourself. Because it takes away the psychological pain of your life. Typically codeine, and that has been associated with taking away the psychological pain of your life. Like, say you feel down or something like that. It actually can make you feel less depressed. Now, I try to have, my natural needs. Those natural needs, in most cases, they're naturally occurring chemicals in the environment, in the world. And those natural occurring chemicals, that I'd say they're, in context, they're a lot better for you than having something that's artificially made. Because if something artificially made, you don't have the strength of it. Yeah? It can be a lot stronger, it can also be a lot of, like, nasty ass side effects towards you as well. And the things that I've noticed with some of this stuff is that I think it must have been the most part. Some people are more affected by it than others, in the way they perceive it, which is that, but the way it makes their body feel, as well. The other thing it can do to some other people is it can make them more submissive. It can make them submit to other people. Like, some of these drugs, it's not that they control you, they just make you more easily agreeable to people. Now, I'll be honest, I don't mind agreeing with some people. But say, for example, one day the government came in, right, beat the crap out of you, beat the crap out of everybody, put a gun on all of us. Would you fight back? Okay, just say for example, like the government declared martial law and everybody had to be lined up and shot or something. Would you fight back? So, but this is my point inherently. What some of these pills do is they make people so submissive they wouldn't care. Do you understand what I'm saying? And put it this way, I don't think all government is bad. I think there's certain parts of it. But imagine if a bunch of sociopathic government individuals got together, right? Well, look at Hitler. He burned thousands of Jews in ovens. What did the people do? Nothing. So, that's my point. Like, I don't want to be one of those people, if anything like that ever happens, that submits automatically to what I have to do. Like, I'm not going to walk into an oven and get burned myself, get burned alive. You know what I mean?
You walk with lucky.
But, as I said, I don't think it's all government that's bad. I think some of it is related to how they treat people, how they perceive people as well. I mean, put it this way, I figured the long run, okay, it's good to be calm, it's good to be collected, but it's also good to have a little bit of fight in you, so just in case somebody's going to come down. Otherwise, how do you function? You know what I mean? Put it this way, I think most of the government No, she did a mistake with Vans. Apparently she claimed she wasn't driving and something got red. Something ran over him. Ran over someone. And she said she was going to drive the car. She claimed she was no, as I said, I don't think that, I mean, look, at the end of it, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to harm a collective.
Listen, why they came to 60 dollars a phone? Go to Vodafone and talk her up and try over 60 dollars. Why has it gone up from 45 to 60 dollars? Is it because of the delay payment or something? If they didn't say that. Go to Vodafone.
Shouldn't charge you late because that's a bit excessive. Well, I sent you an email. Let me log in here and Vodafone account.
Maybe you can see what's going on.
Well, you're probably better off looking. Let me have a look at your inbox. I'll download your inbox on it. Because it could be extra call charges, data charges. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what it could be. I'm not saying it is. But because I'll have a look at your inbox. Ah, it's a charge for fault, mate.
Huh?
Charge for fault, mate. $215 on top. Fault,
Yeah, I thought that was because I never paid on time.
yeah, basically it says no, because the payment failed, they tried to charge the card, it's failed, they charge you a $15 fee. Plus the account processing fee of 24 cents. So your normal $40,
Yeah, boy.
it says 45 plus $15 on top plus 24 cents for processing plus the value.
I thought that's what it might have been. They fucking get into you, don't they?
Well, that's weird though. I've never. Oh well, okay, mind you, I don't get what taken.
I thought that's what it might have been. Right?
That's the reason I don't generate debit because they do dishonest shit. I've never directed debit to mine. When I sign up for Telstra, they send me the bill and I pay it. Whichever way I pay it. Okay? It's cash or PayPal. Most of the time it's PayPal. I've never used direct debit because I know that this if it gets knocked back, they can dishonor you. Actually, I don't know. I've never personally had a problem because I've never had to do that. See, all the online companies I do don't have dishonor fees.
Just wait. That's all I wanted to see what it was.
See, because all the companies I use don't have dishonor fees. So even if it gets knocked back from me, I don't get a dishonor fee on top of it. I think every single company I've used so far, including all the companies I use online, they don't have dishonor fees. But you know what? It makes sense because they're with IONETs. And IONET fucking plug me for fucking fees. Okay, the backbone of the IONET network is Vodafone. It's the same company. Okay, I'm back. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's better. Right, okay, so where the hell was I? Alright, sorry, I was just talking to my dad about a couple of things. Enough anyway. Catching up with him. Well, I was just talking to him about random ass stuff about government. Well, I don't know, I was talking about government stuff to him then, but I was pointing out a few things about some of the things that happen in society these days, the good and the bad. He's got some volunteer work he's got to do today. I'm going to do what I usually do. Relax and chill. No, not relax and chill, but I'm going to do a little bit more research into Bitcoin mining, and if I get some work in the meantime, for repairs, that'd be great. But you know, either here or there, we will see. I had somebody inquire last week about building a gaming machine, but they wanted to know if it was best. She was going to see if she was actually going to buy a reconditioned machine or a second-hand machine, and she was going to build it up with some gaming parts. But at the end of it, she's worked out that she might want to actually build a whole machine. So see what this person does. I don't know who they are. They're on Gumtree. I just said they wanted to build a machine, but they don't know exactly what they're after. And she said she'll get back to me as soon as she works out exactly what she's going to do, because she doesn't know what she wants to do at this point. So I'm like, okay, not a problem. Get back to me when you have worked out what you want to do, and then we can go from there. Then I had a message from a friend of my dad's. She wanted me to build a machine as well, but unfortunately, at the end of it, I don't know whether she's going to have the funding or not. The other side of it too is, I'm guessing that she wanted me to get. I gave her a quote for different things and just showed her the different parts that I'd use and gave her the best pricing. And she also asked me about remote accessing her computer to see what is going on with her current video card and what the issue is with it, which is not impossible. I can do that from here on the NBN, which is a plus side, and just see what the hell is going on with the computer and what issues is causing, or what may be causing it issues. The other side of it too is she, I mean, the ultimate truth is, even if I run a couple of diagnostic tests, she said it's been freezing randomly, and I said, well, okay, if it's been freezing, it could be a driver issue. It could either be a driver issue, or it might be the fact that the card's on its way out and it's dying. If the card's dying, you're looking at a replacement card. I built the computer for her a while back, but that's, mind you, that was when I was making more regular trips up and down to Wollongong. So it's about this person's about 2 hours away from me. So yeah, I mean, at the end of it, plus, you know, I'd have to stay down overnight there, obviously, if I wanted to go down there. And at the end of it, it's not massively worth my time at this point to do it, but I don't mind helping her out. I can do it across the NBN pretty easily. But sometimes it's a bit of an issue because, well, at the end of it, it comes down to her whether she wants a replacement machine or not. If she ends up replacing the part in the computer, you just look at the cost of a new video card. But depending on what the video card has to do, and depending on how things work, and there's a couple of different things that will determine the price of the video card. I mean, video cards can be cheap and expensive. It depends. The most minimal cost, you'd probably go about 77, 80, maybe $90. most maximum cost is up to $1,200. To be honest, that's for the top end cards. But I mean, the top end cards you'd need a bigger power supply and stuff like that. But when I built the computer, I used a combination of some new components, some reconditioned components, and it was a combination of those things. On top of that, she's reliant on it as her as a photo editing computer for her, because she runs a bit of a photo editing thing that she does, and being reliant on that, it's the only computer she's got, unfortunately, to do that job. So yeah, but I mean, at the end of it, you're looking at a replacement card. At this point, it depends on whether, at this point, if she's looking at a replacement card, she's also looking at having to pay someone to put it into her computer. At the end of it, it's economically speaking, and the petrol costs and everything else, I don't know whether it wouldn't be worth me going down there at this point. And I don't make as regular trips as I used to down the coast anymore. So hence the reason. It's not exactly easy to just drop and go, the other side, I'd have to adjust pricing and everything else, so yeah. But, I told her when I get a free moment, I could probably remote access it and just have a look and see what's going on. And I said, alright, no problem. I can do that. Typically, when I'm doing any type of remote access work, I usually use TeamViewer, just to check on the computer. I don't do it very often. I have done it in the past, from some people I used to talk online and stuff, because they trusted me to look over it and make sure it's all working and everything else. This is the thing though, I did it on a very slow connection when I used to live, originally when I used to be in the old house, it was a much slower connection. It was a way slower connection. So doing any type of remote access work was really a pain in the ass. So doing any of that type of stuff on TeamViewer or anything of that nature was an absolute nightmare half the time. Now being on a faster connection, I can do remote access now. In most cases, when I've done remote access, I haven't always charged for it or anything of that nature. Most of the time, I've done it as a courtesy to a friend or something like that. I have learned though that doing that sometimes bites me in the ass with some people because they expect it all the time, and I've had to turn around and sort of say, well, I'm going to have to start charging something now. You know what I mean? It's not always been the case, but that has happened to me in the past where I've done something for someone, I've helped them out, and they've given me nothing really in return. Like no monetary value, not really helped me out with anything, not tried to promote my business or anything, or not tried to help me in any way. And the truth is, I've learned a few lessons with that. I've learned that, I hate to say this, and this is not all my friends, but I have had friends in the past who've taken advantage of the fact that I'm good with computers. And because I'm good with computers, they've used me to fix their computer problems without, put it this way, if they went to a computer shop and tried to get that stuff fixed, they're looking at least $100 and something to get it fixed from a computer shop. And in most cases, as I said, I haven't always had that situation in my life, but I've had it throughout certain times in my life where I've been nice to someone. I've tried to do the right thing by them, and then as soon as I've turned around and tried to get money monetary value, they've turned nasty and they've turned into an asshole. And that's normally when I draw the line, especially if it's... Well, that's the reason I've lost and gained a few friends over time, because I've done stuff for them. I've fixed their computer, I've done things like that. And there's been no appreciation shown whatsoever, whether it's for the fact that they've given me a case of beer, or whether they, gave me something else. They haven't given me anything. They didn't even, they didn't, some of them didn't even give me a fucking thank you. So yeah, that's frustrating. That's my point. I've had that happen to me, and it's very frustrating when it happens. And it's only because I'm a nice guy. Or, well, I'm not actually. I'm much more of an asshole now, because of that. It's only because I'm a nice guy that I've ever let them get away with it. That's the truth. Too many unregistered guns floating around. I don't know. I don't think there's as many. Because I got a friend of mine. She says there's too many unregistered gun for it. I mean, they're going to have a gun and I'll say it again. They're going to have a gun they're going to have a gun amnesty in Australia in the next few days or so, I think. Basically, anybody who's got an illegal weapon, they can hand it in and there's no penalty. Or illegal, I guess, you know, who haven't handed their guns in, because that's pretty much what, I mean, years ago we had a gun, we had one of those years ago, and people just handed their weapons in, free of hand, you know, and basically, that's just to clear the guns out of the country, pretty much, because, you know, it's illegal for you to well, okay, unless you register a gun, you can actually get a gun license, but unless you've actually got a registered gun, I mean, put it this way, I'm guessing there's unregistered weapons, so there's probably farmers and stuff who have guns for purposes for shooting pigs or something like that, and they have maybe they never register them because they're in the older age bracket. But the other side of that situation is that I don't think there's as many illegal guns floating around Australia as there is in America. I believe there's probably more illegal guns in America than there ever would be in Australia. I think Australia's actually pretty good for the sense of like illegal guns or anything of that nature. Yeah, I'd say definitely, in my mind. But I don't know. Look, Ooh, excuse me. Crazy. Illegal weapons. I don't know. I think everybody's entitled to protect themselves, but the other side of it too is the government. We don't really have... Our self-defense laws are not actually the same as America. I think it's the total opposite, to be honest. Is it? I'll actually look it up. Australian self-defense laws. I think that's a bit unfair, to be honest. I think everybody has the right to defend themselves, so I'm still going to fucking defend myself regardless. Self-defense law in Australia. Here we go. Most of us will fortunately... Okay, this is self-defense law. General rule regarding self-defense is that the person is allowed to take any defensive or evasive steps that they believe to be necessary. Unlike other areas of law, self-defense isn't relevant on a specific formulaic approach, but rather independent on the facts of the matter, with the question left for the courts, a jury to decide. At a common law, the leading self-defense cases. Okay, so were accused of killing. Were accused where the accused killed his neighbour after an argument. So yeah, okay, right. So the accused argued he believed that the deceased had a knife and a shotgun in his possession, which compelled the accused to go into his unit to retrieve his gun. As a consequence, shooting his neighbour dead. During the trial, the proceeding judge withdrew the issue of self-defense, resulting in a conviction. On a successful appeal to the High Court, a retrial has ordered that... Okay, so yeah, alright. Well, it looks like it's relatively the same, but I mean, the other side of it too is... there's a certain amount... I think... what is it? They said it was a certain... There's a certain amount of force you can use in certain situations, and other situations you can't. So let's see. Okay. The question is asked... Okay. Self-defense conviction. Successful appeal in the High Courts. Setting out the requirements for self-defense. The question is asked... The question to be asked in the end is quite simple. It is whether the accused believed upon reasonable grounds that it was necessary in self-defense to do what he did. If he had that belief, there were reasonable grounds for it, or if the jury left in a reasonable doubt about the matter, then he's entitled to an acquittal, stated in this form. The question is one of a general application and is not limited to the cases of homicide. Looking to self-defense in legislation concern, which states the following. A person carries out conduct in self-defense, and only if he or she believes the conduct is necessary, to defend himself, herself, or another person, or to prevent or terminate unlawful imprisonment of himself or herself or another person, to protect property from an unlawful approach. Was that approach or? Apprehension, destruction, damage, interference, or to prevent criminal trespass to any land or premises, or to remove from any land premises a person who is committing criminal trespass. So in context, if you're getting robbed, yes, you have the right to defend yourself. If your house is being robbed, or, or pretty much, this is the same context, you can defend yourself. Obviously. Unlawful approach, criminal trespass, and if you're defending your family, for example, or yourself, defending your wife, in Australia, under that law, it is self-defense. Is self-defense available for defenders? Is self-defense available for defense of others? The term self-defense may imply that it is only available when the person is under threat themselves. But actual fact, it is also to be used in defense of another. Traditionally speaking, under the common law, self-defense, another was reserved for relationships that fell into the category of child, parent, wife, husband, or master, or servant. Interesting context. However, the position may have changed. Many judications in Australia allow a person to use force in defence of another, such as, and I guess that's the 1900 Act. Geez, that's fucking old. That was in New South Wales, apparently. And there's a law that was in, which I don't know. It's actually an extra link you got to click on to get to those. So that's all right. Self-defense of property. Self-defense is self-defense as in principle available for acts in defense of property. However, use of lethal force is probably not justified under the test set in the High Court. Nothing that only justification for use of lethal force in situations where the threat was such that the person held a reasonable apprehension that death and serious harm may be the result of the attack. So in other words, unless you feel your life's being threatened while you're being robbed, you cannot use lethal force, or supposedly, like in the sense of defense of your property, just your property on its own, unless you feel you're being directly threatened. And if it's only your property that's being threatened, lethal force is what they're saying is overkill, according to this. So that would make sense to me. That would be logical. I still believe, though, that you should be able to defend your property as well as yourself. I mean, at the end of it, if you put yourself between your property and that person, then it can become a situation, I guess you could argue, where you have to defend your own life and your property at the same time. And see, this is my point. So you could probably, ultimately what you could do is say that situation is going to arise. So technically, under the law, under Australian law, you could say you were defending your property, but you could also say you felt your life was in direct threat when you put yourself in front of that property to protect it. So, yeah, that's my point. That could be argued, well, like legally speaking, anyway. Fuck, this is pretty good. I'm learning some stuff by looking up some of these laws because I was curious. So that's alright. So self-defense law. So it means you can defend yourself and others. So if your family's in danger, if you're in danger, you can defend. As long as it's you who is in danger, or your family, or somebody around you that you love who's in danger, you can defend that, or defend them, and defend yourself. But when it comes to your property and things like that, it's not as clear cut, because if you're putting, unless you're putting yourself in front of that person to keep that property or sort of thing, it's a little shady on that. So yeah, that can be a bit of an issue, I guess, to a certain extent. But see, it's different though. There's gun laws, self-defense gun laws in America, which states you can protect your property. I'm pretty sure, I don't know the exact law in America, but I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Somebody was telling me about it before, which would make sense. Americans, I'd say, but Americans probably pride their property a bit more. I mean, I don't know what it is about Australia. We sort of pride our property, but it's people more important in context, which that's the way it should be. I think people should be more important. So let's see, US. Let's see. So I'll actually look up the US. US self-defense law. US self-defense law. Let me just have a look, and I will actually tell you exactly what it is. So yes, let's see. So let's see. Look at the Wikipedia. So United States self-defense. And some other ones anyway. In the US, general rule is a person is privileged, such as reasonable force appears necessary to defend herself against an apparent threat, unlawful, immediate violence from another. Cases involving non-deadly force. This means that the person must reasonably believe that their use of force was necessary to prevent immediate unlawful physical harm. So it's sort of the same context as our laws to some degree. When the use of deadly force is involved in a self-defense claim, the person must also reasonably believe that their use of deadly force is immediately necessary to prevent others infractions of great bodily harm or death. Most states no longer require a person to retreat before using deadly force, although some laws are in. Okay, so some laws, it depends on the state you're in America, use the international human rights law. So, you treat somebody fairly, sort of thing, and things like that. Other judicial systems which do not require retreat. There's no... there's other thing too, is that apparently... Well, see, I think it'd be more the case you'd have to retreat a bit in Australia. Probably be a different sort of context. Require retreat. There's no obligation to retreat when it is unsafe to do so, and when one is inside one's home. Expectations, limitations, imperfect defense. A person who is an initial aggressor cannot claim self-defense as a justification unless they abandon the combat or other party has responded to excessive force. The aggressor has abandoned the combat. They normally must attempt to communicate the abandonment to the other party. It sounds about right in the sense of that sounds about right in the sense of self-defense. Well, let's understand. If somebody's an aggressor or somebody's arguing or something like that, I mean, yeah. So see, there are differences between our laws. In most cases, from what I'm gathering, in most states I'm guessing most states, by the looks of it, of America, you can use deadly force. Deadly force can be just bang, you're right on. But with Australia, it's not always the case you can use deadly force. It doesn't specific that, actually. But I think it's just the case you could hit someone, knock them out or whatever, I guess. But deadly force is not as much of a... Well, I don't know. It's not highlighted in our laws, like for deadly force or using deadly force, because we don't really have guns. Well, no, that's not entirely true. We have guns, but with the guns we do have, it's registered gun permits and everything else, and most of the time they're using gun clubs. There's no free reign of guns. You can't carry a gun either. You cannot carry a gun around the streets. Can't carry a gun on your person. Well, unless of course you're a criminal, then you don't give a shit. But you can't actually carry a gun around. That's the thing. Saying that, I don't know whether you can get a permit to carry a gun. Depending on if you're a police officer or something like that. I'm guessing there is some system in place for a permit to concealed carry or something. But you probably have to have a permit. I'd say with Australia, most likely you'd have to have a permit to do that, or carry a gun that way. So yeah. Appears necessary to defend himself against apparent threat of unlawful. So, I mean, at the end of it, when the use of deadly force is involved in a self-defense claim, the person must also reasonably believe that their use of deadly force is immediately necessary to prevent the others. So, I mean, at the end of it, it comes down to what firstly, it comes down to what the person feels or believes, I guess, to some context. But the person's got to know the difference between right and wrong. They've got to be able to judge whether you know, there is whether the situation requires deadly force or not. Now, as I said, with Australia, it's it's just sort of the opposite, really. We I don't know. It's just sort of the opposite. We require. Whew, Jesus. There's nothing in here to indicate about deadly force. Was nothing indicating that. So, at the end of it, you can't, even defending your property and things like that. I mean, other things of that nature, as I mentioned anyway. So you got self-defense of property. Is self-defense available for defense of others? Of course, it says that that's available. And there's a few acts. There's a few different. I mean, there's a couple of different acts that have changed, but the thing is, it's different from state to state, I guess. So it depends on which state you're in too. Which is very similar. Like, we're pretty close, but it sounds like our deadly force factor isn't as prominent. Like, us using deadly force is the likelihood of it happening. You know, sort of. Yeah, it's a bit of a interesting one, because I've never actually looked up the self-defense laws, and I was kind of curious if they were very similar or had a similarity to America. You know, which it sounds like some of the laws have been changed around and redone and stuff like that. So it's kind of curious. So apparently, this stuff can be used. So that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. No, I didn't want that. I wanted to share the fucking page. How do I share this? Okay, I should be able to share this page. We'll have to copy and paste that coming into the font. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I didn't realise most of this stuff. I wasn't aware of this, but it's good to know what the law allows and what the law doesn't allow. So it's always good to keep. You know, it's good to know the law in general, because the truth is, in certain situations, you may come against situations where, you know, you'll be accused of something, or you might have a situation happen to you where, say for example, you're defending yourself and your family or whatever, or your property or whatever, and you want to know exactly what's going on with that. I'd say I'm a pretty reasonable person, but I have nothing against self-defense. Self-defense is not an issue for me. I have nothing against people who want to defend themselves. I think self-defense is a good thing. Whether it's defending yourself or whether it's defending your family. It's definitely a good read. Well, I don't know, that article is anyway. Quite a bunch of laws anyway. That's a good. Actually, I might bookmark that site, because it's called findlaw.com.au. It's an Australian site. It gives you all the different articles. It probably keeps it up with the current laws too. So what I might do is I'm going to bookmark that, because always good to have that on hand in case you want to look something up and you want to know where you stand legally with certain things. Good to keep good to keep an eye on those laws anyway. I'll be honest, I have to take a crap actually. So what I'm going to do, I'll be right back. I'm going to take a crap. I'm just going to bookmark that site now. Ugh. Eyes. Go back. got a well, according to the law anyway, you're allowed to defend yourself. Now, it's different if you don't see it like a weapon or you're just assuming, you're just thinking that someone's going to do something, right? It's different in that sense. With Australian law, you have to know for certain that your life is threatened beforehand, so you also have to make your own judgments on it. But the law will support you in self-defense when that happens. Also, when somebody's breaking into your property too, if they're trying to steal things like that. Now, the only thing with property is, now, it's different with property. Like, you can defend yourself, but with property, I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting rid of them, but you have to use enough force to get them out there or get rid of them, you know what I mean? But with in the sense of defending the property to death, or sorry, killing someone over your property, you can't, you know what I mean? Technically illegal, you know what I mean? Which I thought was interesting, kind of, you know. Whereas you look at the American laws, it's slightly the opposite. They don't mind as much, like, if you're defending your property and deadly force can be used most of the time in certain situations in most states. Like, even if there's not a time where it's, you know, like, you only feel a certain degree of threat. In most cases with Americans, deadly force is well, that's the reason people get shot so much, because the laws aren't very clear on what you should do and what you shouldn't do in that situation. You know what I mean? Like, it just says deadly force can be used. You know what I mean? Which, as I said, it's sort of weird. It's not as clear. Right. Okay. No, that's alright. I'm going to keep an eye on that. And, asset protection. It's just good to know. That's a bit of a low blow, stabbing them in the dick. I'm sorry, dude, but if somebody threatens my fucking life, they're getting something to the head straight away. A headshot, whether it's with some type of weapon, will inherently either knock the person out enough that they won't be able to get the fuck back up, or it'll cause enough damage that they just won't be able to function afterwards. Well, that's just my feeling on it anyway. So, you know, fuck it. Is my chat not working? Are you serious? Because it's not coming up on my screen. The fuck's that? So none of my fucking chat apps are working. Get fucked. Because I'm not seeing that on my screen. It's not coming up at all. Fuck's sake. Testing. Do I have to add this shit back again? The source file is missing. You may have been renamed or deleted. Go to the source. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fuck you, you cockhead. Seriously? Fuck me. That explains it. I couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on there. That's fucking retarded. Fuck you, you dickheads. That seriously pisses me off. Okay, so I recently did a reinstall of everything, and that shit has come up. Fuck. I didn't notice till now, because I was sort of paying attention half and half, really. Alright, so let's see. Fuck. Is that gonna work? Connect. Connect, hello. Fuck me. Fucking suck a dick, cunt. Fucking chat. Every fucking time. This is my point about fucking dealing with streaming shit. It is an absolute pain in the ass, especially when something doesn't fucking work correctly. It drives me fucking nuts. Like, seriously, having to re-add shit and do all this fucking shit, it gets frustrating. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, okay, most of my shit is working here right now. But as you can see, I've got the problem with chat. Fuck me. Suck a dick. Go fucking fuck a cactus, you cunt. Fucking sick of these fucking ass programs doing dodgy ass motherfucking shit on me when it's not fucking nice. Alright, I'm gonna breathe rather fucking add this fucking cunt of a fucking bitch, you fucking cunt, you fucking slut, you piece of fucking meat. Fucking whorefuck. I swear to God, this is shit that literally I could kill people over. Like the way that these fucking programs handle some of this bullshit. This is the type of shit that I just go, well, what the fuck was your mindset on half this shit? What the actual fuck, cunt? What the fuck? Fuckity fuck fuck. Fuckity fuck fuckity fuck fuck fuck. So I didn't notice till now because I wasn't really... I was sort of paying attention, but not really. I was paying attention a little bit, but the problem with a lot of this shit is it comes up. Supposedly it's meant to fucking work. Times like this you want to kill cunts. This program can suck a dick. Can suck a dick because it doesn't suck a dick properly. That's the problem. It does a real shitty job of sucking dicks. Suck the dick correctly. Alright. Alright, click. Now I'm going to connect the cunt. Authorize. Oh, God. Fucking asshole. Suppose why half this shit isn't working. Oh, that's right. I noticed the chat anyway. The reason I noticed the chat is because I was looking at it. But it's kind of shitty that I have to go through all this fucking rigmarole to get all this fucking cunt of a shit work. So, to get all this fucking cunt of a shit to work. Why the fuck are you doing this to me? Seriously. This shit is the type of shit that I like to kill people over. Like, you know, just programming errors, super little fucking errors, which... I'm sorry, but my computer is pretty error-free most of the time. The only fucking problems crop up is when fucking programs don't work the way they're fucking supposed to. And they corrupt fucking shit. People wonder why I get fucking pissed off. People wonder why I get cranky. People wonder why I fucking go off on fucking rants and get the fucking shits, cunt. Because this shit happens all the fucking time. Every fucking time I reinstall a program or something like that happens. It always fucking happens. Every fucking time that I do these fucking things. Every fucking single fucked up time. And do you know how fucking sick I get of doing it on a constant basis? Of having to readjust my settings every time that a fucking update comes out for a fucking program. Because the fucking program can't keep the original fucking settings. Because it's a fucking cunt. Jesus. Fucking Christ. Fuck me, there we go. Now it's fucking working, ain't you, cunt? Bitch. Asshole mio. Oh, what an asshole. I'm going to kill you. And then cook your body in a pizza oven. Motherfuckers. There we go. Connect. Sorry, dude, if I didn't see your chat, that's the reason I didn't see it till now. Because guess what? My fucking programs are being retards. And yes, I did recently have an update of XSplit, so that's probably the reason that half this shit didn't work. Sometimes you just want to kick someone's asshole, then you want to kill them. Type the name, type the channel. So why is that not connecting? Is that connected? Okay, hold on, let me tell you, I'll test. There we go, it's fucking working. Thank you, cunt. Oh my god. It's times like these you need minties. You know, no. It's not times like these you need minties. You know what you need? Drugs. Lots of fucking drugs. I don't know, sometimes the drugs help. Sometimes they don't, it just depends on your mood. There we fucking go. Oh, look at that. Look at that shit. Look at that. That's fantastic. Wonderful. My kingdom for a spade or two, maybe. There we fucking go. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Cry me a river, apparently. Okay, that one's alright. There's that one. That's working. Okay. So that's YouTube, is it? Yeah, it is. So it's right. We are now cooking with gas, propane. Even a fucking blowtorch, bitch. Ah, fuck. Is that working? I don't know whether that's actually working. It sort of is. I don't know whether that's working actually. Is it working? Let me test. Because the weird part is, it's oh, there we go. Yeah, it is. It's working. Okay. Thank you. I was gonna say, I was gonna type into it, but it's alright. I can see it's working now. Fuck me sideways. Jesus Christ. Well, okay, now it all fucking works. Alright, much better. I got it working. I mean, no. What happened initially is like I didn't realise that it was actually broken to start with. So if I'd realised it was broken, because I didn't really look into it till now, I was mostly pissed off because I couldn't get my fucking thing to stream, to be honest. So who the fuck's trying to send me an email now? We've been trying to reach you. The reason you've been trying to reach me? It doesn't even tell me. Great. You know where that email's going? Straight in the fucking bin. Fuck you. Alright, so that's better. Okay. Great. That fucking works. Woohoo! Everything's back to where it should be. That is ridiculous. Ah. Well, that's good to know. It's good to know everything works now. It's kind of frustrating before trying to get anything to work properly. Sign out. Right. Okay, so now that's all working, and I can see in front of me the chat. I know everything is no longer broken, which is great. I just want to remove this overlay thing. Remove. What is that? That one I think I'll just remove. There we go, removed. Alright. Let's check something. We'll check something first. There's two of those. There is two of those. One's in the documents. Remove. Sorry, I'm just switching between my different scenes to make sure everything is working. Nothing is fucking up too much. Remove. That shit. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Okay, there we go. And then it comes broken again. I don't know. This kind of shits me with this stuff. Sometimes it'll work. Sometimes it'll just completely screw itself up. I know, that popped up again. Another one didn't pop up. It's kind of weird because every time I switch between scenes, some of the stuff vanishes that was on there. Well, actually, no, the YouTube one didn't, but the Twitch one seems to hate fucking some of this stuff that appears. Fuck. Glitchy motherfucker. No, sorry, the YouTube one's working fine. It's the fucking Twitch one that's been a pain in the ass. And there it is again. Fuck. Alright, so there we go. That's actually working now. But that's still hilarious. Like, switching between the different scenes in this program causes some of the chat to break occasionally. The chat stuff to break. Which, I don't get that. That's fucking stupid. It could be the plugins themselves, but... I don't know. As long as it's working for now, I don't really give a shit. Yeah, it's still working. It's still working so good. As long as it's working for now, I'm just going to leave it at that. It's working. It's the main thing. Plug my freaking phone in. It's 80%. A little bit more charge. Fuck. Fucking cunt. Plug in. Thank you. Right, you know what? I'm going to go outside. I'm going to smoke a bit of tobacco. My good old rolly stuff. And, actually, I might get a new pipe, because this one's okay, but I've been using it for a fair while. It's still got a bit of stuff in there. I bought a couple of these off eBay, actually, these pipes. For the purpose of smoking. I'm going to go outside because I'm a considerate smoker. A little bit of Monica in my life. I'm thinking of fucking, what's that, fuck is the name of that song? I remember the lyrics to the song, but I can't remember the fucking song. That's hilarious. I'm sitting here and I got the fucking song going in my head, and I can remember the fucking lyrics, but I cannot for the life of me remember the same song. Oh, that is too funny. That is hilarious. Alright, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go and smoke this. A bit of tobacco, always nice. Clear my head a bit, and I will come back. outside smoking. And I think I'm going to try and get a different pipe, to be honest. Because these ones are okay, but they're only $1.85 on eBay. I didn't pay a massive fortune for them. The problem I find is that, I'll be honest, they're pretty cheap. I mean, that's probably the main issue, but a certain degree of blocked residue you get after a while, but I mean, that's to be expected when you smoke in general. But what I'm finding is they're not as efficient as I would want them to be. I think if I'm gonna smoke from a pipe, I want a decent pipe. Something specifically designed for tobacco. I do smoke other things, but something specifically designed for tobacco in any case. So, I think I'm going to go on eBay and just have a quick squiz and see how much pipes are. Or a good pipe, anyway. Metal pipe. Well, these are metal. They're like aluminium, but I just don't like them because they're okay. The problem is the filters. Okay, firstly the filters fall out anyway because it's got a bit of a filter thing in it anyway. But I want a pipe that's fairly decent that doesn't cop out because these ones eventually they get they get too hot. That's one part of it. but I found the other problem with them too is they don't seem to give as much smoke back, or you know, as much of a hit back when you go back on them. Smoking pipe. Let's check eBay and see what we got on eBay. Eh? There's so many different types of these things. And see, I'm thinking, should I buy it from China or should I go? Because there is a couple of local smoke shops that do sell stuff. So I was thinking, maybe I should go down and find a nice shop that's got a decent pipe in it. There's a couple of tobacco shops around. There's a couple other shops as well. Some of these pipes look pretty interesting in the way they're designed too. They're pretty cool. I'd probably want something with a bit of a filter in it, like just because these have got a little bit of a mesh filter thing in them. I like that. I like that feature. But if I'm going to get something like that, I'd say I'm just trying to work out if I should get it off eBay or whether I should buy it locally. Problem is I can't really go down right now and get it at this point in time. Later in the day maybe. But I mean, the ones I'm seeing on eBay are there's wooden ones. There's your classic wooden smoking pipes. To be honest, I'm kind of sick. Every time certain things, and not everything, but some stuff that I've imported from China has just been absolutely shit in the quality that you get. Not all of it, just some of it. Let's have a look at this. What's this one look like? This is an Australian seller, but I don't... I'd probably want... So you put it this way, I can get a wooden pipe. You can get steel, or sorry, you can get metal pipes or aluminium, sort of in between those sort of things. Glass, all those types of things. And is this one? So that's from China. Just gonna type in Aussie seller because I'd rather get it quickly than have to wait for. Because these I had to wait a fucking month for. These ones, like literally, kind of frustrating. Have to wait that long for them. I don't know. As I said, I've seen all different manner of, you know, different types of pipes and stuff, and some of them are okay. The other thing too is this is a straight out smoke thing too. I've seen some of the ones with a bit of a bend in it, and I think it might just be beneficial to get something with a bit of a bend, so there's a bit of a process for it in the first place. Just so it's easier to, a little bit easier to smoke with too. That is China. Everything's fucking... Okay, China, Hong Kong, China, Hong Kong, China. Every freaking pipe that I'm looking at here... Well, not that one. Every freaking pipe I'm seeing... China, Hong Kong, but they're all like $1, $3, whatever. And my point is that, you know, a peace pipe. Should see if they actually have that. I should check eBay and see if they actually have that. Peace pipe, anyone? Peace pipe. What is that? That's $2.45. Fucking hell, that's. I want to actually... Hey, I'm actually going to type that in and see if it comes up. Peace. No, it doesn't actually come up. Nothing came up under that anyway. I was curious if they actually had anything on that. Smoking pipe. Making pipe metal. I'll try a metal pipe and see what we have in metal pipes. China. Because it's all made in for China. It's all made in for China. For China? For China. Oh, shit. What's that? Yeah, that's... I reckon most of these are made in China. Fucking everything's made in China these days. Fuck. What is that? That's a fucking guitar-shaped fucking pipe. Lipstick-shaped. Okay, right. With filter. Okay, so I'm going to type with filter because I prefer something with a filter. To see what comes up. I should probably put you on the screen, shouldn't I? That I'm on. There it is. So these are the ones I'm looking at the moment. I need to... There we go. Smoking pipe with filter. So what is that made of? Okay, smooth. Wow, that's from Turkey though. Damn, son, that's expensive. Some of these are fucking like, oh, well, not all of them. I mean, if I actually just type in smoking pipe. That's not my phone. Which phone? Oh, that phone. Sorry. I thought you were talking about my mobile. No, it's not. It's not at a church. No. Oh, but... Okay. So let's see here. There's a bunch of different things here. Classic smoking pipe. Some of these make me scratch my head in the way they're designed. Some of them don't. I mean, some of them make sense, but... Design a new pipe. Oh, water pipe. Yeah. I've seen these. Yep, I've seen those. They're hookahs, as they're called. Hookah. Sounds like a prostitute, but anyway. That's what they call them anyway. Arabian countries, most I think they use those in. But let's see. Smoking, pipe metals, pumps fashions. See, that one looks okay, but like... that one actually looks pretty good. But, how cheaply designed is it? Because if it's as cheaply designed as these ones are sort of, questionable. These sort of make me question shit. I don't know, as I said, they're making me scratch my head as to the way they design some of them. I don't know, like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, what the hell? What are most of these designed for, you know? Like, what purpose do they serve? Some of them make sense. Some of them not so much. Next. But mind you, most of this stuff is coming from China anyway, so I'm thinking about biting the bullet and just ordering from a local place. There is a place down the road that sells this stuff. I can't go to them today, that's the only thing. Unfortunately, because I don't have access to a car, that's one side of it. Resin. Hold on a second. 6 luxury style resin smoking pipes box set of 6 luxury style wood-like collectible collection. Interesting. Probably wouldn't want those. It's just too expensive in my mind. Filtered and look quickly, yeah. They're not too bad though. I mean, this is my point. You type this stuff in, well, particularly into eBay. You type this stuff into eBay, you get tons of it. No, it's probably useful there. These aren't wooden though. I mean, some of them, I think they're actually resin, like they're actually a proper resin, so they don't heat up as much and stuff like that. So at the end of it, they're designed to be. I mean, they wood generally would burn after a time or a certain amount of time anyway. Crystal. I don't know. Some of these. What's that? $4.99, Whoa! Oh, that's expensive. Oh, that's wooden and that's carved. Okay, that's carved. That's alright. That explains why that's so much money. Alright, Dad. See ya. Have a good day. No, that's alright. I'll do it today. Only reason I didn't do it yesterday because I fell asleep. Because I was freaking tired after researching all that shit on the net. Alright, see you, Dad. Alright, so let's see. 2509. Handmade wooden. See, I don't know. I don't trust wood. I don't really trust wood. Not that I have anything against wood, but I just don't trust it. I mean, I get it. It'll probably give maybe a certain degree of enhancement, flavour and stuff. But 2720. So that's those. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get some ones with filters. So smoking pipe. Let me try. I'm going to try something. Modern smoking pipe with filter. Modern smoking pipe with filter. Locally or overseas? Oh, that's Sydney. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Huh. Ah, that could work. That's let's see. Say Tim. There's no fucking picture. I'll load you fucking prick. Really? Seriously? Oh, come on, you fucking winker. Well, that's a great listing. It fucking doesn't work. Hello? I mean, it could be my... I don't think it's my net, though, because I'm not doing that much on the net at the moment, so... Well, that listing shit itself straight away, so that's hilarious. Ukraine. Anyone want to go to the Ukraine? Fuck. Everything good is in the Ukraine. United Kingdom, China, Hong Kong, China. Fuck China. China. For fuck's sake, China. Not that I'm criticising the Chinese people at all. Okay. Germany. Germany could be interesting. You never know. Raw tobacco. Charcoal filter. Yeah, but hey. Okay, let's see. Modern smoking pipe with filter or smoked with mesh filter. That might be a bit of a better description. So that, yeah, that's it. Well, that's, yeah, from Hong Kong, anyway. China, vagina. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so modern smoking pipe with mesh filter. Smoking pipe with mesh filter. What is that? What is that? Aluminium electric herbal smoking spice crusher. Oh, no, okay, no. I've already got something I can grind up tobacco if I want to, or if I need to. Not that you really need to do it with most of the rolly based tobacco stuff anyway. You don't really need to do that. Other stuff you might, but come on, motherfuckers! China. What happened to all the local sellers? There's just no local sellers. Like, what the hell? It's all China. Like, pretty much the entire fucking... Oh, I fucked a pipe. Oh. Giving me the results I expect. Smoking pipe with steel mesh filter. Smoking pipe with steel filter then. Well, we'll try that. No, that's my point, dude. They're not all in fucking China. There's actually people in Australia who sell shit. I mean, some of it's imported from China, sure, but, you know, that's my point. We do actually have people who live in our own country who do this shit. So, yeah. They're not all in China. That's my point. They're not all Chinese. I know this for a fact. There are actually people in this country. Actually, I think down the road we've got a place called TGN. It's a tobacconist, and it's run by an Indian lady. Ukraine? We know what looks interesting. Let me just type in smoking pipe again. No, not everybody is. We do have a lot of Chinese, though, in the IT industry. I got to admit that. We do. We have a hell of a lot of Chinese people in the IT industry. Do you know what? I would buy that pipe right there if for the fact that the listing doesn't look like a pile of shit and it doesn't work. Oh. Oh, shit. Part of it loaded. The fuck? Reload. Hello. Oh, look at that. It fucking worked, cunt. Okay, so material is made up as wood. I mean, if I could pay $10, so what does it come with? Okay, hold on, let me just see some of these pictures. Is there like a metal? Is there a metal part in it? Cleaning tool is ideal for cleaning and tampering your pipe. Tamping your pipe bowl. Clean this thing out. Durable, can be used repeatedly for a long time. Okay. It's only $10. I mean, I'm spending a fortune on it, so. And the seller is based in Sydney, so it wouldn't take long for me to get it. But I bet you the seller's probably Chinese. Not saying they are, but probably are. That's ironic though, the website didn't load before, it just fucking shit itself. I was like, what the fuck? There's no shit is working, man. Material is wood, shape, bent type, colour as shown in picture. So that's that one. What's this other one that I saw that was $27? Scroll down a bit. This, no, $23. Where are you based? Oh, so you're based in Australia as well, aren't you? What's this pipe made of, my friend? Durable tobacco pipe. Refined, noble. Refined and noble. It's fucking noble, motherfuckers. Made of high quality wood, not contain any harmful objects. Okay, I think this person is probably Chinese, I'm sorry, but I hate to say it, but it's true. What? Remove tar while using for about 10 times. Okay, this person's language firstly is not English. Their first language is not English because of the way that sentence is constructed. I can tell that straight away. Not that that's a problem. I don't really care. 6. What? For $23.99, I get 6 of the fucking pipes. Are you serious? I actually get 6 of the cunts. That's hilarious. Let me. Okay, hold on a second. Unless I'm reading that wrong. Durable tobacco pipe, refined and noble. I mean, it's a nice. It looks nice. Yeah, it looks nice. Looks pretty nice. I'm not gonna say it looks bad. Yeah, but it says 6 times. When you put 6x, in most cases, what the seller means is you get 6 items. Like, that's my customary thing that I read on most. When I've read listings that have said 6x, it's always 6 times. So you get 6 times. So you're buying 6 pipes in essence. I think that's what it says. But I don't think 6x is a model number because, well, technically, I don't know. It's not. I don't think with pipes you get a model number. Yeah, it's exactly, including 6 wood smoking pipes. So for $23.99, you get 6 of these. Yeah, because I don't know, I was half cocked. I was sort of reading the description, and then I read it a bit further down. I was just surprised. Some parts I was reading, I was like, yeah, what? 6 wood smoking pipes. Well, if I'm gonna buy pipes, I may as well buy a couple of them in case one of them dies. Oh, shit. $23.99. So yeah, fuck it, I'll buy that. I might as well. Alright. I'll go to the other screen anyway to buy it, but buy. Commit to buy. Free postage too, so it's not going to cost me anything to get them posted to me. Pay now. Okay, so let's stick that anyway. Buy. And can I? Oh, I can get an express post for an extra $10. I'm not majorly... Well, I probably want to get them as quickly as I possibly could, so... How much does that bring the price up to if I add $10 postage on top? 34. Okay, so that's not too bad. I can deal with that. Okay. Fuck it. I'll pay for the $10 express post. Alright, order placed. Alright, there we go. Order has been placed. I paid for the fucking cunt. I still got some stuff coming at the moment. What the fuck? I just paid for the cunt. What the fuck? Okay, no, that's right. That's right. Purchase history. Okay, so fuck it. I got 6 of them. That way, if any of them do die, that's the reason I bought a fucking few of these. I got about 3 of these. So if any of them do manage to fucking die, these are just fucking. This is the last shit I bought on eBay, which was well, not shit, but this is the last stuff I bought on eBay, which was some coil heads for my vaporizers, pretty much. So yeah, it's still good though. I mean, I get 6 of the cunts, so if I do have any problems with it at all, it's plus side there. I paid for. I mean, okay, I added express post, but that doesn't really. Oh shit! The only thing I didn't do is oh, that's alright. Doesn't matter. I'll do it next time I buy something off eBay anyway. Fuck off! Stupid fucking alarm. I'm already awake, cunt. Okay, so let's see. That's fine. So I've purchased that for the moment. Just want to check my list for a second. Actually, oh no, I don't want that. There's other stuff anyway. No. There's nothing really essential in on this list. I could do with a few more of these, but I don't know whether I'll buy these now or later. I might buy those later, maybe. I'll see how the week pans out, and I might buy some of those later. My nephews have been here, and they've broken a few of my wireless adapters that I plug into computers. I've broken about 2 of them so far. I had about 5 or 6 of them lying around, but over time they've just got broken, because I think the ones I had were pretty cheap. But aside from that, the ones I had, they didn't have an extra USB cord that like a stand like this, because these. Well, I found these searching through eBay. Right, these aren't too bad. I mean, the speed's not the greatest. I mean, it's reasonable for what it is, but these have got stands. So, say for example, I want to put it on a stand. I want to put it in front of a computer. I mean, I've got about 3 or 4 computers in the house. So, even a laptop for that matter. But even for that matter, most of this stuff, like the last ones I had, they didn't have any type of extension cable on them. These come with an extension cable, which is good. Typically. So that's the reason I was thinking of, if I'm going to get, like, I don't know, if I get a few of these, mind you, they're coming from China, so they're probably going to take 3 or 4 fucking months to get here. Actually, no, they probably won't take that long. Maybe. I've had things from China take about a month or 2 to get here, in most cases. That's ironic, because you would think coming straight from China it would fucking be there, but fuck me sideways. Anyway. Not a problem. Okay. So, yep. Okay. I've done that. I bought that. So, Not that I don't mind these, but they can be a bit temperamental, and they're a bit small for my purpose. I like the bigger pipes because, you know, you can smoke a bit more if you want to as well. Let's see. Some stuff anyway. Yeah, that was just some parts for a client, because they wanted to know if I could buy this stuff, do it for them. Oh yes, I was considering buying a Ouija board too. What are they used for? Oh, those. That's for wireless internet, dude. It's for getting wireless internet around the house. Because I can't plug everything directly into the router, unfortunately. Because all the routers are in my room and the internet connection is in my room, which is just beside me here. It's a little box. There's a box that has the NBN, or the National Broadband Network, next to me, which that filters all the internet. But I have a router that directs everything and does all that stuff. So actually, I've got two routers. I've got one router here, one router under the bed. The router under the bed is for the back of the house, and there's also a Wi-Fi extender at the other ends, just out here, which extends the Wi-Fi signal. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what they're used for. So yeah, I've had because I had a problem with getting Wi-Fi signal in the garage, which was where my main workshop is, where I do all my repairs. Most of the time I do some repairs inside on the kitchen table just here, but sometimes I'll do repairs out in the workshop if it's like a desktop computer, or if it's like, say for example, a gaming computer or something. And when I do those repairs, most of the time the Wi-Fi signal doesn't extend very well out to the garage. It's like fucking shit outside. So by the time I get out of the garage, it just fucking, the signal craps out. So I had to buy a Wi-Fi extender, but that's alright, I've got that now. So I just have a quick look at this for a second, because this is something that I'm considering at a later date, and they're out of stock. Fuck you. Second hand anyway, but anyway, this was something I was going to buy at some point. It was going to be a work laptop that I was going to buy, because I did have a work laptop, but I sold it a while back because I wasn't really using it. But since I'm going to be getting my license now, I'm going to be doing probably a lot more mobile repairs and going to people's places and things like that. So I'm going to need something a mobile workstation like this to, you know, access computer stuff and be able to do my own thing if I want to on that computer. Alright, so let's see here. LED globes. I think... No, we've got plenty now. My dad picked up some locally, so I don't need to worry about LED globes anymore. I can actually delete that. And a Blu-ray player I don't really give a shit about, because I was using it in my computer for a while, but the problem is I've got a Blu-ray player on my Xbox One anyway, so I don't need to worry about a Blu-ray player on my computer. It's not essential. So, yeah. That's another laptop I was considering too. That was just in case at a later date I wanted to upgrade my portable drive that I use, because I have a portable drive for getting client data off computers and things like that. So the one I've got, I think now, is a 1.5 terabyte, but I wanted to upgrade that to a 2 terabyte, pass the 1.5 terabyte onto my Xbox, because my Xbox has got my old drive plugged in here underneath here. It's got my old drive on there, which is a 700 gigabyte, I think. It's like 750 gigabyte or something. So yeah. It's using that as a storage drive for game saves and shit, and saving games on too. And a Ouija board. Why would, I don't know. I looked at these Ouija boards. I was just curious. I don't know. Fuck it. I thought it was a handcrafted one too. That's the reason I thought it looked good. $119 is a lot for a Ouija board. But it is personally handcrafted. They burn stuff into the wood, and there's a lot of... There might even be some fucking witchcraft put into it too. I told you, $119 for my witchcraft, motherfucker. And I'm considering getting this as a training dummy to be able to box the shit out of it when I get frustrated about shit. It's like, I'm having a bad day, bitch. I'm gonna beat the motherfucker. No, I'm not gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat my motherfucking training dummy up. Demons already got me, dude. I promised my soul to Satan. It's alright, dude. I'm not worried about demons, dude. Honestly. I've seen enough evil shit in the world already, I don't care. The world's already going to the world's already fucking going to a hell in a handbasket anyway. So who gives a shit? In the long term, anyway. SanDisk SSD. No, SanDisk SSD. And I was considering getting that because my dad was a little annoyed with me smoking because I do smoke inside sometimes, so sometimes I have to clear some of that stuff out of the house. I don't smoke inside all the time though. I only smoke inside sometimes. 84, 95. I was considering getting that. I probably won't get that right now. But no, there was a couple of vaporizer tanks that was going to attach to my new vaporizer. My vaporizer, is that leaking? Shit. Slightly. That leaking, shit. It's a bit of oil. The fuck? That is weird. Okay, hold on. That is weird. What the hell? Why is that leaking? Maybe it's just... Fuck. Okay, so I didn't have a problem with that before. That's kind of weird. I'm going to do this vaporizer head for a moment. Weird. Should not have. That is a lot of leaking. Mind you, I mean, I haven't used the vaporizer for a week or more, but what the fuck is that shit? It's weird. Alright, let me try this again. Maybe it just leaked into the... Oh. Wow, okay. That's a lot of fucking oil. Weird. Very weird, actually. Okay. Maybe it's just the way the oil... I mean, it's not leaking out of the top, so... Probably just... Mind you, I tend to mix my oils. That's another thing I do when I do the vaporizing stuff. So maybe some of the oil just got a little excessive. Maybe that's... Actually, hold on a second. Let's have a look at the tanks. Oh, okay, that... Okay, that might explain a few things. That is the old coil. I thought I took the old coil out. Probably why it explains why I was getting issues with this coil. Aha! That's the old freaking coil. Right. Well, needs to go in the freaking bin. Firstly, because that's the old coil. Okay. I'd ordered new coils anyway, so it wasn't a problem. But I had another new coil there, and I was going to put that in. Alright, that would explain why shit was looking the way it was. Okay. Alright. Okay, so that explains a lot. I might just give that tank a wash out. And then I'm going to try and refill that tank again. That's interesting. I'm curious. That would explain a hell of a lot. Explain a few things, actually. Why that vaporizer wasn't doing a great job of vaporizing. and why the liquid didn't end up the way it should have been. Alright, that would explain a lot. As I said, I haven't used it for a week, so... that would explain it. It's alright, I got rid of the coil anyway. I think I got rid of another coil that wasn't dead, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway. I'm not going to gripe too much over it because you know, shit happens, unfortunately. I've ordered like, you know, a dozen different fucking coils anyway, so it's not a problem. Yeah. That would explain a hell of a lot. Alright, refill that. And some in the middle here. Some on the sides here. On the side. Alright. Now, whack this back on top. Should logically work. Hoping it should. Let's see, why not? Okay, that's definitely working, I think. I'll just adjust that vent a bit. Drink the water. Okay, a little bit higher, so that's not burning enough. There we go. That's definitely what I wanted. Would explain. That would explain it. Yes, that would definitely explain why I've been having intermittent issues with some of these coil heads and stuff not working. I need to do the same with this one, I think, because the coil head in this needs replacing as well. Sometimes it can be the oils, but the coil heads don't actually last. They last about probably 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, it is working now, actually. Since I changed that coil head, it's working a lot better. Yeah. Definitely working a lot better. Yep. No, it's working. Yeah, that's working way better now. That's much better. No, what I have a tendency to do. So I've got a bunch of oils here actually. I'll show them to you. I keep them in my fridge because I generally keeps them fresh. Oh fuck. Like okay, I've got. That's a nicotine-based sort of cigarette type oil. That is wild lettuce, which is like a mild opiate sort of oil, which is it's quite nice actually. I haven't found it too bad. The only thing is, as I said, I've had shitty coils the last few weeks, so that hasn't helped. It's the reason I bought the replacements in the first place. Then I've got some more of it as well. I've got about 3 bottles of that. Then I've got this, which is... that's nicotine... no. That's just tobacco-based oil. It tastes like... it's got a tobacco flavour sort of thing. That is banana flavour, which I mix with it all. And that is another tobacco-based flavour as well. So, pretty much I've got all this, and what I do is I tend to mix it up into one bottle, which is this. This is my mixing bottle. So yeah, that's what I tend to do. Works best for me, I find. This has also got a bit of nicotine in it as well, so it's sort of a bit of a bonus in combination of that. So, but I have had dead coils the last few weeks, so that has not helped the situation at all. I don't know, like, it's different for different people. I go through my coils pretty quick, to be honest. That is a part of another tank, because another part of a tank I had broke because it didn't work properly. This part, well, I bought these two tanks online. They're good tanks. They got, you know, good parts on them. But the other part of the tank I had broke was the bottom part to this one, or to the other one actually, to the other tank. But I used the bottom of this tank to replace it. But this is just the top here. This is a spare top, just in case. I do want to get some more tanks and try out some different type of vaporizing stuff, but it's a mix for me. I can do this stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I like vaping. You know, there's the other factor I like about vaping is you can increase the amount of vapor that you produce. But the only problem I find is after a while I miss the sensation of tobacco a little bit. So what I've sort of done to compensate for that is I basically got some rolly tobacco, which lasts me freaking weeks because I don't use it all the time, and plus I mix it with some other stuff that I smoke as well. And I find mixing things and just doing it that way works better in general. So, but see, before I could get hemp oil, but they've made it fucking they've made it. You used to be able to. They were importing it. Oh, sorry, they were selling it in Australia, but now they've actually stopped selling it in Australia because technically it's not illegal. But they say, okay, according to the law, you're not allowed to get hemp oil. You have to be on it. It's actually become a prescription-based medicine. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Seriously. That's not so bad, but the problem with that is, I mean, before when they were selling it, because the laws sort of hadn't caught up and stuff, they were selling it to anybody as a dietary supplement. And the other problem too, as I said, I mean, okay, it's not so bad. Okay, put it this way. Hemp oil / weed and stuff like that and things like that, it's not so bad in Canberra. The laws are pretty laxed. But say, for example, places like other states in Australia, they're very, very, very strict about it, you know? Yeah, but it's extremely... I was talking to the guy who was selling it. That's the irony, dude. And he said it's very hard to get. Like, it's very hard to... Firstly, it's very hard to find a doctor that will prescribe it. That's the other problem, too. The doctors are all pushing pharmaceuticals, man. That's the problem. Every single doctor you come across in Australia, they're all pushing pharmaceuticals, and they all say pharmaceuticals are better. Which, I'm sorry, but there's bullshit in my mind, but still. Yeah, basically, every doctor I know... Well, every doctor I've come across, they consider it a bad thing. You know, there's all this negative shit going. There's all this negative shit about it, man. That's the problem. There's a stigma attached to it. That's the problem, you know. And it's all because of negative effects of, I guess, illegal stuff that's happened with it, and it's always been associated with illegal behaviour. That's the problem. I think that's inherently the issue. If it wasn't associated with illegal behaviour, there wouldn't be an issue. But because our government is such retarded motherfucking idiots, that's what they associate with, and that's always what they have. And I just don't get it, personally. I think it's fucking bullshit. I think it shouldn't happen. But it's just the way it is, man. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do about it, sadly, but, you know. I don't know. Well, so, I mean, there's plenty of stuff you can do. You can say, oh, you know, this shouldn't be illegal, this should be made legal. But the problem is, okay, it's the other side of it too, whether they're actually going to listen to you. I mean, what was it? Let's probably look it up, actually. Find a lawyer. Let's see. See if there's actually... Probably won't come up under that name. I probably have to type the entire name of it in there. No, it didn't come up under that. Probably be... I knew I'd have to Google search. I knew it wouldn't come up like that. Let's... there we go. Let's see. See, they're having a reform on GMO cannabis now legal, but it depends on where you are. So, see, this is the other thing. It depends on where you are. There is some reforms that are coming through and they're working perfectly fine. Wow, that colour has changed. Okay, hold on a second. That colour has changed. I can't see the fucking chat. Shit, hold on a second. The fuck? Is that gonna work? Seriously? Okay, I'm gonna have to change the colour of this shit because I just can't see shit. Wow, that's just hold on a second. I'm gonna minimise that for a second. Yeah, no, it's not just the fact that doctors play God. Doctors assume they know what they're always fucking talking about. Hold on a second. Let me see here. This chat is annoying me. Chat box. I'm going to make the chat box blacks. Yeah, there we go. That's probably much fucking more readable than it was before. Is that wrong? Viewers. Calibrate. Way. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that does. Does that work? Maybe. I don't know. Make it a bit more readable. Red. Maybe. Let's see. There we go. That's yeah. Okay, that might be a little better than before. Okay, so yeah, I mean, cannabis laws in general here. Some of them are lax depending on the state you're in, but the other side of it too is it's very hard to get a doctor to agree to agree to put you on it. That's the other problem too. Some of the legislation, some of the laws haven't caught up with some of the shit, and that's looking pretty bad now that I've got it in front of me. Oh my god, I've made it worse. Hold on a second while I adjust this shit. Darker colours. I need darker shit. There we go. What have I done? That's a bit more readable. Just mention. Yeah. No, the problem is a lot of the times to make. I mean, look. I mean, even if you make stuff up, or not make, but like even if you go to a doctor and you claim you've got all these conditions and stuff, in the end of it, they're only prescribing it to certain people. It's going to be a lot harder for people to get on it, and yeah, it's not going to be the easiest thing to do as well. So that's kind of the issue. And I don't know. As I said, some of it. Australia. We want Australia. Oh, does that work? Drugs and law. I mean, there's different. I mean, there's different policies for different things, but they are letting it be used for medical purposes, and they do say you can use it for medical purposes. At the end of it, here's a guide. Yeah, look at this. I mean, put it this way, they're more going for legalization, or sorry, the sense of legalization, for medical reasons or medical use as a general rule. And the truth is, I think for medical purposes it serves a great need. And I think it's not fair that because they did shut down this guy who was selling hemp oil because of the simple fact that they thought he was trafficking in drugs and stuff. And yeah. Which he wasn't. At the end of it, I think he ended up getting off, and the only thing is they stopped him selling the oil, that's all. Because apparently the laws, because at the time when he was selling it, the laws hadn't caught up with any of the stuff that was going on in the country, and yeah, let's just say it was a so yeah, it's, I don't know, it's a sort of controversy. Sometimes you get a lot of this stuff, sometimes you get very little of it, and some of it's sort of, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can look and say, well, okay, I see the logic in it. I don't have a problem with weed. I've never had a problem with it. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a herbal remedy in my mind. It's a natural herbal remedy. Not just that, but it helps a lot of people with a lot of medical conditions. And I think that personally, people misjudge it just because it's been associated with criminal activity. That's the only reason that it ever gets misjudged. And that's the only reason that it ever gets considered to be a bad thing in the long run. I don't think it's all of that, though, but I mean, you know, the problem is we live in a society where that happens, and unfortunately, you know, society's a bit of a, I don't know, certain parts of society, they're just arseholes. Disassociation, I don't know, anyway, but not my point, but, I don't know, just, as I said, fuck, it's kind of frustrating, as I said, it's kind of frustrating for me, because I see all this shit happening, I'm thinking, fuck, you know, what is wrong with these people, like, what the hell? So, the only reason I really haven't been using my vaporizer lately is because I think it was mainly to do with the vaporizer, the coils, they're an absolute pain. Because I tend to, when I puff on the vaporizer, I tend to puff on it a lot. And trust me, I've killed some coil heads through doing that. Well, it's a bad thing to kill the coil heads, but occasionally it can be frustrating when you're doing it. Okay, so let's see. Cross that out. Some other ones anyway. Okay. So I've got those coil heads I get delete. On top of that, I found it cheaper to buy the coil. Well, I found it cheaper to buy the coil heads online than I buy them locally because they charge you $25 per 5-pack, and I can buy 2 freaking 5-pack of the coil heads for each of my vaporizers that I have for what did I end up getting them for? Let me go in my purchase history and I'll tell you. I got them for. So I'm normally charged $25 if I go to a local vape shop or something. Hello, clickety clack. Fucking move it, cunt. There we go. I'm normally charged $25 per coil, per 5 coil heads. Now I got 5 there, right? $9.05. I got 5 here, $6.70. I got 5 there, $4.45. I save a fuckload when I buy online, especially when it comes to pricing of things. That's the truth. If I'm going to buy anything online these days, I search it online on eBay or some other type of retail site that I know that is cheap, who imports from China and stuff like that, because I will save myself a ton of money. The only things, I guess, that there's a few things I've bought locally as well, but I always save a ton of money when buying overseas, because, I don't know, generally, I don't know, yeah, just generally happens, it's generally the rule these days. Yeah, so that's what I want anyway. Feedback. I do need to leave, actually no, well, I'll wait for these to arrive first, before I do anything else. That's a good thing too. I've got this cash rewards account. So every time that I spend money on eBay, I get so much back, or I get 1.30% back, or, you know, I get that much. I get that much cash back. I think I've got about eight something dollars in there now at the moment. So that's actually a pretty good thing. If anybody is in Australia, you do have this. It's called cash rewards. Get paid to shop. Pretty much, if I shop online, I get a certain amount of money back. I don't know how much have I actually got in there at the moment. That's a good question. Activate now. I probably should have activated that first before this, but. Yeah, I know. I signed up with Facebook before anyway. I just do. Well, you hit the sign up with Facebook button. It normally just, as long as you got your Facebook credentials there, it just signs you in automatically. Now active. So that's now active anyway, so if I want to buy something I can with that in there. Where is it? Cash rewards. How much have I got? That's a good question. Let me have a look at my user account. Okay. So my rewards balance, $2.38. How the fuck does that work? I had more than that before. I know I did. Let me have a look. I had more than that before. Fuck off. I know I had way more than that. That's weird. I had a lot more money than that before. Because they sent me an invoice, because when I bought a bunch of stuff, I had like $8 or something in there. I'm pretty sure I saw there was an invoice and I actually had that there, but I don't know, it's sort of weird. It works sometimes and fucking work other times. What the fuck? I didn't spend any of it. That's fucking retarded. It's weird because I mean you get so much money back or whatever, and like I said, these are the small percentages you get back on each transaction and stuff. Unless the fact that I mean I never used any of it, so it's distinctly possible because I didn't use it. They fucking took it away. Fucking fine print. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. Bunch of cunts. You're a bunch of cunts. You know that? Actually, hold on a second. Did it sign me into a new fucking account? Maybe that's the problem. Let me sign out for a second. Sign in. Let me try signing in. Because all it does, I mean, it takes your Facebook credentials and basically... It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid if that's the case, but... Yeah, don't worry, that email address is all over the net anyway, so I don't give a shit about it. I don't know, I've been getting spam for it for years anyway, and spam filters are pretty good on it most of the time. What the fuck? Log in. I just want to try and sign into it and see what happens. Because I clicked the sign in button, but... Hello? Fuckwit. Okay. Did they delete my fucking account? Are you serious? If they deleted my account, I'm gonna get pissed. Fucking cockbags. That is fucking special right there if they deleted my account. Because I never fucking said to delete my account. Fucking assholes. Okay. So it gives you the option to sign in with Facebook, but fucking assholes. This is my point. I'm pretty sure that I could probably find an invoice, some type of special invoice thing they sent me, that said that I had $8.38 in that account before. I'm actually pretty damn sure I could find it. That's not that one. www. What's the name of it? Outlook. Okay, hold on a second. I'll log into my fucking mail and check. I'll find the fucking thing. I'm ready to kill some cunt at this point. This is my fucking point. This is the dodgy shit that some of these fucking companies do. I'm not saying all companies do it, but some of them, like, things like this or other things that you do, and these cashback offers and shit, supposedly, it's supposed to, add this much to your fucking fucking shit that you do, and then you go to fucking go and get that money or that reward or whatever, and then they've fucking taken half the cunt of the thing away. I'm not saying it's always the case, but I've seen situations where this has happened. Fuck. Okay, let me try. Cash rewards. Let me have a look. I know I have an invoice here. Cash rewards. Tracked your sale from eBay. Oh, okay, alright, okay, alright. No, hold on a second. Okay, so... okay, alright. That's probably what happened. These are the invoice things that you get with it. It's so it can track your sales and stuff. Sale value. Oh, right, okay, alright, okay. No, that's alright. See, now I know what it is. So, I got a receipt feature these. Okay, alright. So, sale value. So, that's the sale value to them. And the expected cashback is 12 cents. So, yeah, that's the part where I got confused. Okay, now I understand. Now I under-fucking-stand. Because that's, okay, basically, if you look at the invoice, the receipt that you get back for it, which is an eBay transaction, which I did that a while back, expected cashback for me is 12 cents. The sale value, see, okay, alright, okay, alright. No, that's right, that's fine. Okay, right, no, that's fine, that's fine. It was me misreading things. That's what happened. That's fine, I get it now. So now I understand what the hell is going on. Because I'm sitting there, I was like, okay, so out of all that, and out of the transactions that I've done so far on eBay, I've made $2.38 in total. So, how many transactions? The transactions I've done so far, that's the amount of transactions I've done. eBay Australia, it's mostly been eBay. I did one on Eat Now, which I ordered some food one day, and then I did another couple of transactions on eBay earlier in that time, and yeah, so that's pretty much. But pretty much what you got to do is log. You got to activate it first before you go onto the account. Otherwise, it doesn't log the sale at all, and you don't get the cashback. But your cashback in most cases will be this. Minuscule amounts most times, like 6 cents here, 12 cents there, 9 cents here, 24 cents here, $1 there, 44 cents there, 31 cents there. It's a bit like fucking YouTube sometimes, like, you know, some of the fucking like certain transactions, like not just transactions, but certain stuff you get, like say for example, you'll get like 49 cents for like somebody fucking clicking an ad or a page or something. So over time, it's supposed to add up to a bigger amount. Which, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I thought it was there. I did it. You know, why the hell not? It was a cash offer anyway. You know, in some way, you're earning a little bit of money, I guess, you know, so... No, that's actually not a lot of food, dude. That's my point. That food, that $56 worth, dude. Or my point about food, anyway. What did I order that day? I ordered... Well, I do. I mean, I eat a lot of food anyway. I'm just generally a guy who... I like my food, dude. I will not defend the fact that I like my food. That's not that's fucking... what do I do? I'll go back to my website. Hold on. So let me just have a quick squiz. On that day, when I ordered food from Eat Now, which Eat Now is basically you can order takeaway food and they deliver it to you. Like hamburgers, kebabs, they even do Indian food, Chinese food for that matter. That day I ordered, no, I don't care about that at the moment. That day I ordered, I should probably need to leave a review on it. That day I ordered from the Cafe Tandoor. No, it's not what I ordered. Go back. I want to see the fucking order, dumbass. Reorder. Write a review. That day, that's what I... No, actually, not that day. That was another day. But that... Well, that's what I ordered one day, anyway. No, that's not it. Okay, go back. That's the wrong order. That's not it, man. That would be the one. Oh, what the fuck? I can't go back on my order. I should be able to go back on my old orders. I used to be able to. Unless I can't. But, well, I don't know. Most of the time, I think I ordered kebabs that day. What did I end up ordering that day? I think I ordered like maybe 1, 2, 3. Considering that most it's $10 to $14 per kebab, so I ordered about 3 or 4 kebabs. Now, mind you, all that food was not for me. That was actually some of it was for my dad. I think I also gave some to my nephews and stuff as well. So yeah. So I mean all that food at the time, I don't believe it was all for me, but I think I ordered. Yeah, I ordered about 3 or 4 kebabs. Plus, I ordered maybe 2 or 3. No, I ordered 4 small bottles of Coke because they don't have the big bottles of Coke. Unfortunately, I wish they had the big 1.25 liter bottles of Coke. They don't have those. They only have the small ones. They're like 600 ml or something. And to be honest, I drink more than 600 ml. To wash down food with Coca-Cola, I have to have more than 600 mils. So yeah. Yeah, the last order. When was my last order? Actually, I need to write a review on that, don't I? What did I order then? Double beef in cheeseburger, Aussie burger and chips, and a 1.25 litre. No, 1.25 litres. Mind you, I did keep one of those bottles, and I had that over a course of a day or so, a couple of days or something. So let's see. Yes. I'm just going to say great. Burgers. As always. Alright, there we go. Great burgers as always. Submit. Yeah, they've always been pretty good, the burger. I like the burgers from these guys. They're a traditional hamburger, but they're very nice. Like, they're done like they're done from an actual burger shop. Like, you get, your McDonald's, your Hungry Jack's burgers and stuff, I mean, they're just carbon copies of each other. These things, they're pretty beefy. They put a fair amount of beef in them, good amount of cheese and stuff and all that. I mean, they're nice too. I think, what did I put on that? I put aloe, avocado. Yes, I put avocado. Got bacon rations, caramelized onion, cheese, and an egg on that burger. That was a good burger, by the way. Let me go back anyway. But I order from these guys pretty regularly. They basically cover a bunch of takeaway shops, but I'll show you anyway. But my area, which is Palmerston, they cover like all these shops, and you can order from all these shops, and you can choose to get food delivered to you. Obviously, that isn't available now because the options don't become available until the time parameters that they set. And what you do is each individual store, whether it's a takeaway store or a pizza store or whatever, you can order from them, and you can even pre-order too, actually. And you, basically, for example, you go into a Chinese shop, for example, Chinese tea club, and you order Chinese. So you got all the different combos and stuff. You got here, for example, combo 1, 2 spring rolls, 2 gaoji. I don't even know what the hell that is. What is that? I don't even know what the fuck that is. But I mean, I think I've tasted it before. Maybe it's one of these little pastry things. It's quite nice, sort of a pastry fried thing. Chicken, what was it? Chicken sweet corn soup, beef and black bean sauce, chicken with cashew nuts, and large fried rice. That's $36.50 worth of food. Then you got combo 2, which is $49.50. That's two mixed entrees. Yeah, Mongolian lamb, sweet chicken chili. And then, I mean, basically it just goes up and up, and they make a bunch of them. And then finally you get the biggest one, which is $89.50. So, my comparison of what food I've ordered is pretty light. Like, fucking hell, man. The amount of food you can order and the prices are just... The other thing, too, you got to consider is with, say, for example, delivery times. Minimum delivery, right? $30. So, it's the delivery costs have got to be above $30. So, if you do order individual dishes, you have to order at least $30 worth of food, plus delivery, before you can actually get it delivered. Which I understand, I guess, to a certain extent. There's only, there's a certain amount of food it becomes worthwhile to do it. What else? But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff anyway. I bought it from these guys. I think the last order I got, which was... Knowing me, it was probably like 3 or 4 of those kebabs. Now the kebabs are fairly big. I mean, they're they're about that big roughly in size, roughly around that size, right? And they're about that long. They got salad and meat. Well, they have a combination of lamb or chicken in them, with onion, hummus, combination. Well, kebabs in general. That's what they do. I mean, they're great drunk food, to be honest. If you've got a bit of the munchies or fucking drunk, they're great food for that. Don kebabs, chicken kebabs. Anyway, but I mean, the hell is that? My old? Oh no! Huh? No, that's my old order. Ah, okay. That was probably my old order. What? I never added that. Oh no, that's probably what I ordered a while back. So let's see, what did I order? Yeah, chicken kebab, lamb kebab, normal kebab, or sorry, another chicken kebab. What they call sashi one, they're cooked a different way. They're like a specialist one, the chef sort of thing. And then you got these ones, which are, so I got 3 of these, so 600 mils of these. I didn't get 4, it was only 3. So that's, yeah, okay, alright. So roughly, I would have ordered roughly something around that price, to be honest. Yeah, most likely, I'd say. Why is that up there? Probably just pre-fills from the last time I ordered, I'd say, most likely. Yeah, that's probably pre-filled from the last time I ever ordered. Please select the above time you would like to pre-order your delivery. You can even pre-order your delivery too. It's another thing you can do as well. Did I click? I might have clicked reorder. Oh, doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll log out of that. But yeah, that's some of the services that I have used in the past. I don't mind them too. These guys I've used, I've ordered different food from. I mean, you can even order from Pizza Hut too. It's another thing you can do as well. Yeah, that's definitely something you can do. You can order from Pizza Hut as well. Go back. Fuck, you can. My point is, you can order from all the different convenience stores and stuff. What did I just get then? Oh, okay, alright. Oh, it's a dispatch notice on my pipes. See, it's a dispatch notice. They gave me a dispatch and I can track it online and everything else. That's hilarious. Yeah. The actual name of the place is KU. Sales at ku.com.au. Tax invoices and everything else anyway, but okay. What have I got in emails? If I got anything, that's good. Well, I can track it down online anyway. I can keep an eye on when it's going to arrive. Let me check my spam inbox. Fuckload of shit on my spam inbox at the moment. This is my spam at the moment. 69 fucking emails of bullshit. Well, actually, no, that Telstra bill is not bullshit, so I have to put that into my, it's not junk. I don't want to junk my fucking Telstra bill, thank you very much. Yeah, well, they charged me $10 for postage, yeah. It's all tracked now these days. Fucking hell, look at this fucking spam. This is all the spam. This is spam that's just going to get deleted anyway, but fucking hell, there's a lot of it. But it's everything. I mean, fuck, some of this... I mean, I don't know. Some of it's dodgy, obviously. Some of it isn't. Some of it's just fucking random shit. Some are just random people. Some are just random... I don't know. It's all... I don't know. It's all bull... Some of it's bullshit. Some of it's... I don't know. Most of it I've read most of this shit when I've checked through my spam stuff, and I'll be honest, most of it is bullshit. It doesn't really contain any references to anything. Most of it's got no relevance to anything, and yeah, it's kind of just trying to get your attention. Really, that's all pretty much spam anyway. Actually, that's not junk. That is. junk. What is that? Yeah, see, the funny thing is I used to be able to order the CBD oil from America, but now I can't because it's illegal to import it now. Fucking ironic, but still. Fucking laws. Fucking, like, I don't know, this is my point. Government shits me with the way they handle shit, with the way they do shit. This is ridiculous. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go here, delete all. And Bob's your uncle, all my fucking spam is gone. That clears all that shit out and I don't have to deal with it anymore. I still get the occasional bit of spam that spills over into my inbox though. Not all the time, but sometimes. It doesn't all spill over into my inbox, just some of it. Oh, fuck. Alright, there we go. Mind you, I have more than one email address set up. I have a YouTube email address set up. This is just like a sort of... This sort of works... This does some of my business stuff, but it also does a bit of my personal stuff as well. And just shopping and things like that. And then I've got a Yahoo address set up as well. That I set up a long time ago. And that's just for like random stuff if I need to give someone an email to talk to them or whatever, and I don't want to give them my other two emails. But I mean, they're on the web anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Most of them have got a percentage of spam at certain times, but in most cases, what I end up doing is I end up clearing the spam out. I either clear the spam out, or the spam filter catches most of the bullshit anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna archive my emails. Shit, I can't do that. What do I want to do? On red emails. There we go. There's my Telstra bill, which has already been paid. So yes, I've already paid my Telstra bill, which was $73. That's how much I'm paying per month for my phone. Well, mind you, I'm paying my phone off at the same time because I'm paying it off for a plan. Fuck. Just archive yourself, cunt. Archive! Yay! What the fuck? Half this shit's not working. What the fuck? I'm gonna refresh this fucking page. Okay, we switch, actually, no. Get back there anyway. Go back to my website. Because I'll leave it on my website. Feel free to check out my website too, by the way. What the hell? So I'm gonna archive those. Sorry, I'm just doing some emails at the moment. I'm archiving some shit I don't need. Right. Archived. Now, go and check my Gmail. Because my Gmail's my main Hotmail address. Oh, sorry, Gmail's my main YouTube address. Next. Fuck. Every fucking time, cunt. Log in. It's probably going to ask for approval now. No, it didn't. Never mind. So what do we got? This is, well, see, I get random stuff through my Gmail, which is pretty much my main address for YouTube and YouTube-related stuff. I get a few things through that, depending, so... advertisement stuff sometimes, but also other stuff for offers for business things and things like stuff of that nature. Let's see. Archive. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was interested in that, but the cost was just like, I was looking at it, I was like, it's no. I probably wouldn't spend as much on that. I looked at it and I went, it looks a bit, not really for me. Now, let's see, check my spam folder. 100 emails, yay. What do we got here? Aussie Buddies, Lottery Kings, you name it, I fucking got it. Request. Remaining funds in your account. See, this is some of the dodgy shit that you get when you do put your email addresses out online. You know what I mean? Payment receipt. trading account. See, this is my point. Like some of this shit, as I said, it's like what the fuck. Yeah, okay. This cracks me up. Like it cracks me up how these scammers and these spammers try to get you. The other thing too is, you know, some of them just try to, you know, get your attention by certain, you know, you know, just looking at certain requests, you know, financial stuff. It's always financial. Other thing too they try to do is dating requests, try to get you to look at, you know, fucking porn sites. I mean, that's the other thing too. I mean, obviously, you know, they're trying to sell the women that they're trying to get on the sites or dating sites or whatever. Fucking Chinese bride or Russian bride or whatever. But I mean, fuck me, the amount of shit that I see that I come across, I was like, what the fuck? I mean, then if I really want to make this shit, they're my fucking friend. God. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Sorry, dealing with an abusive dickhead at the moment. There's this one guy that he's a friend of mine, and he can be an arse at times with the way he deals with things. I think that's the main problem. I don't know, like I said, like, fucked if I know what the hell's wrong with him, but he's got a major amount of issues, that's pretty clear, I can see that, but I don't know, fucked if I know. Fucked if I know what the hell's going on in his head half the time, I don't really fucking care. At the end of it, I'm doing my own thing and doing my own shit. To be honest, he was the one who didn't answer me, firstly. I was trying to talk to him one night, and he never fucking answered me, so, you know. Whatever, I don't really give a shit. It's beside the point. It's just life, you know, shit happens. Unfortunately, shit happens and, you know, things don't go the way you expect them to, unfortunately. Sick of this fucking shit. I don't know, it just seems like fucking, I don't know, as I said, some people, but not all people, but some people I've come across are just real fucking assholes about how they deal with things. Like, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's everybody who's like that, but some people I've come across, it's just like, all they know how to do is be an asshole about things. They can't be any other way about things, and they can't do the, you know, the right thing by people. That's a problem. Whatever. Not the fucking point. WW dots. Just want to check something. That's pretty good. What the hell? How do I get on that side? That's interesting. What is this? Apex something what? Apex cell phone repair.com. Sorry, I'm just having a look at something for a moment. Was it these times of occasionally run slowly? Redeem these types of for your computer's difficulty. Apex? What the hell? Who the hell is this Apex? Okay, I'm trying to figure out who these Apex bastards are because I don't even know them. Apex cell phone repair.
Are you looking for a professional repair service for smartphones, tablets, and PCs? Do you want to get your broken electronic device fixed by a team of professionals who know what they're doing? If yes, then you have come to the right place. You're at Apex Cell Phone.
Apex? Who the hell are these guys? I don't even know them. Contact. Liquid. I'm looking. Sorry, I'm just looking at something here. So it's like W8. What the fuck? Business schedule can squeeze you in. Hell, Olympia. Apex. What the fuck? Doesn't make sense. No, sorry, I'm just looking at this shit and I'm like trying to work this shit out. I'm like, what the hell? The fuck? And what the fuck is this shit? What the fuck? Okay. Alright, sorry, I didn't even... I don't know why the fuck I came... Well, I don't know, I came up on them anyway, but what the hell? Computer repair. Categories. Well, it's kind of weird because I came up on their page. Oh, mind you, it could be an archives thing, maybe. That's distinctly possible. Okay, that's alright. That's probably just archive stuff anyway. That's alright. They look like an American company, to be honest, so... I don't know, it's sort of weird. Washington, apparently. Interesting. I was kind of curious because they had my stuff in there, but I guess it's probably archived from some videos that I've done on the web. Yeah, I'd say it's probably archived from videos I've done on the web, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to say it's archived because it's kind of weird because I went back to this page and it had my fucking face on it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where the fuck did that come from? Yeah, they are in the USA. It says that. Interesting. Oh, I was just having a look. I was curious because I always search out my name occasionally just to check. Just to see what's going on, like if there's anything online at all, or, you know, things of that nature. It's always good to check on this stuff. I don't know, sometimes I like to check anyway, so, you know. I just occasionally like to check. I don't. I run across Google because sometimes, you know, I hate to say it, but sometimes there are people who will spread shit about you without, you know, knowing you fully. On top of that, there's people who will do shit. And say things about you without your knowledge. It's not always the case, but I have had situations where that's happened, you know. And it's not as if it always happens, but, you know, I've had situations where, well, not me, but other people that I've seen in my life, you know, who have occasionally fucked with things, but, I don't know. I don't get it all the time, though. I only get it sometimes. Well, sometimes some people, but I don't know. Fucking bullshit. Log in. My God, it's fucking cold at the moment. Oh, fuck, it is cold. Holy shit. Holy fuck, it is cold at the moment. It really is. Like, what the fuck is with this temperature? It's like, it's 10:09 a.m. at the moment. I'm going to go to the toilet. I will be right back. Oh my God. Fucking hell, it's cold, man. Seriously. What the hell? Fuck. Okay. I just want to check something on my Facebook. Alright, so let me just log out on my Facebook for a second. Cold. Fuck, it is. Wow, it is really cold. Holy shit. Wow. Fucking cold as hell at the moment. It's hilarious. Let's see. I just want to log into one of my other Facebook accounts. Yes, I do have more than one. I'm just going to log out of this for the moment. Sorry, I just had to check something, that's all. Oh, God, it is cold. Damn, man, it is so fucking cold at the moment. It's not funny. Like, I'm seriously cold. Sorry, I'm just fucking around with some shit. Sorry, I was just checking something. That's alright. I mean, it's not a big issue, but... Oh, fuck. Holy shit. Holy crap, my fucking thing is... It's annoying. Okay, alright. It's freaking... Oh, damn, it's cold. Wow. Holy shit. I'm like freezing. What is the fucking temperature here at the moment? It's a good question. Wow, it is cold as hell. Hell. Where the fuck is my weather app? There it is. Oh, fuck. Well, okay, that would probably explain a few things. It's fucking 4 degrees. Holy shit. I think I had it on 24 degrees earlier. I had to turn it up to 26, 27. Oh, fuck, cold enough. Phew. Set of testicles. Fucking, that's the problem with fucking Canberra. Like, your testicles pretty much retract up in your fucking throat. Oh, man. That's fucking annoying. Oh. I don't know, as I said, I always get a shit ton of stuff. I don't know. I get a shit ton of fucking emails and stuff, and I'm always getting something. I'm always getting fucking spam, that's one issue. It's not always the case, but most of the time I'm getting spam. I don't get it every single time, but there's a certain degree of times I say, what the fuck? Lotto pass, I don't fucking care. Fuck me sideways. Temperatures are excessive. At certain times they are anyway, that's what I find. It's a personal preference point, but Jesus. Unable to connect to chat. What? Okay, let me refresh that page. These temperatures are annoying as fuck, I tell ya. Oh my god, it is cold. Anyway, not the point. But no, as I said, I like to check on different things and just, you know... I don't know, but put it this way, I'm always checking on different stuff, and some of it's just crappy. Yes. Can't warm the cunts up this morning. Sideways. Anyway. So that's alright. Certain degree of temperatures and stuff. I don't know, temperatures sometimes annoy the fuck out of me, other things annoy the fuck out of me too, but every so often I get these fucking issues with, well, certain things in my life. I mean, not everything. It's not always bad, but I've had a few things that have happened. I don't know, see, my problem is, I guess I hang around a certain degree of negative people. That negative stuff is a reflection on me, I believe, as a person, and, you know, then... You walk away from those people, and that's normally when they get the shits. That's normally when those people turn nasty, and it kind of pisses me off the way that is. But I've had some bad experiences in the sense that, you know, some of my stuff is pretty easy to fix, some of my stuff isn't, and the other side of it too is some people just hold a grudge. I don't hold a grudge against everybody. I hold a grudge against certain people in my life for situations that happen. Say, for example, okay, I've had a negative situation that's happened in my life, which I would say was my, I'd say the most negative situation I had in my life, which was a friend of mine of 9 years. She sided with a scam, well, sorry, an ex-girlfriend who scammed me, all this online stuff. I mean, at the end of it, you know, it was a lot of shit to deal with. And I'll be honest, it negatively impacted me as a person. It made me feel bad. And the only way to deal with that, really, in the long run, is to move forward and just be angry with them and just, you know, fucking... Well, not just be angry with them, but just move forward. You know? It's pretty much how it was, but it's what I wanted to do. So I moved forward. I did. I walked forward. I moved forward. I left them to their own devices. The other thing I did too is I brought a peace pipe to the situation. I was peaceful. I tried to make peace with them, but no, they didn't want that. They didn't want to have the peace. So, you know, unfortunately, that's just life. You can't... The problem is you can't... There's just some people you can't make happy, I'll be honest. No matter how much and how good of a person you are, there are just some people that you can't make happy. Simple as that, you know? And it's just a part of life, really. You know? It's just a part of life. It's a sad part of life, but it's true. Guess I've concluded in the long run that, you know, in the long run, it's better for me to... I think with some situations, it's better for me to walk away. Mainly because if I walk away, at least I know I'm the one who's, you know, who has the good character in that sense. Or at least, that's how I feel about it anyway, but maybe it's just my perspective, I don't know. I'm sick of submitting to people, alright? If it's my choice whether I take a certain direction with things, it's ultimately my choice if I do a certain amount of things. And it's ultimately my choice if I choose to go a different direction with my business or whether it's anything that I want to do in my life. I shouldn't feel bad about those choices. And it kind of gets me that people want to make you feel guilty about your choices. At the end of it, I had a friend. Well, he wasn't really a friend. He was more of an asshole. Every time, you know, like, he'd want to turn around and call you a pussy because, you know, you took him off. Well, you know, put it this way. I know how much of a negative person he can be, and that's the truth. He is a very negative person. And it's not actually anything to do with his former girlfriend. I don't really give a shit about her. I could care less about her. But I know because I've talked to plenty of people who talked to him before. And everybody knows that he's a negative person. Most people that I've met and come across online will say the exact same thing about him. And they've always said that. The ironic thing is he doesn't seem to fucking realise that, you know? Like, he doesn't seem to realise that, that people say negative shit about him. And I was like, what the fuck? Really, dude? Like, you don't think that people say shit behind your back? You don't think people go on about you at times? Like, I'm kind of sitting there, I'm like, well, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how can you not realise how much of a negative attitude you have towards people, and how much it affects how people think of you? That's the thing I think that got me the most, is I couldn't understand how he couldn't see that. But, you know what? Whatever. My fucking point is, I do my own shit, I move my own way, I do, you know, I'm pretty much doing my own fucking shit anyway. But the other side of it too is, the other thing that would happen too is something would happen and he would think it was a reflection of something that was said by his former girlfriend or something. It was so obsessed about that. Like, he seemed to think that his former girlfriend was doing shit behind his back. And I'm like, dude, seriously? You did this shit to yourself. You do half the shit you do to yourself because of the way you treat people. If you didn't treat people like shit, then they wouldn't come back at you like they do. You know what I mean? Anyway, not the point. Fuck it. I don't care anymore. I've moved on. I've moved on from that, and I've moved on from him. I don't care about him and his bullshit anymore, because half the time he's... yeah, I don't know. He's got some issues, put it that way. I think that's the main problem that he has, is he's got issues. I would say issues that require some type of medication. At this point, I don't know what type of medication he requires, but still. Anyway, okay, so back to what I was saying. Aside from that, anyway, I don't know. Some people, as I said, some people I get along with. Some people I get along with like a house on fire. I can talk to them for hours on end. Some people just frustrate the living shit out of me on how they treat others. My dad and my family have always been very nice, kind, compassionate people. They're great people in general. And they've never been arseholes towards other people at all, you know? I've learned that you don't have to be an arsehole to be good in business. Like, that's the truth. You don't need to be a complete arsehole about things. I mean, it's okay to be an arsehole occasionally if something's fucking wrong, you know, like there's somebody's doing something wrong, disrespecting you or something in business sense or whatever. But fuck, no, you don't have to be an asshole to be in business. That's not part of the requirement. That works better, doesn't it? To be honest, I haven't really been smoking or anything like that for the last few weeks, so, or anything of that nature anyway, along those lines. So I haven't really been doing much of that lately. So, yeah. It's all good. All fun and games. Anyways, let's see. No idea. First gun amnesty they've had in a while. Actually, that's entirely true. They haven't had a gun amnesty since the last shooting we had in Australia, which was a few years ago now. Anyway, all right, I might stop streaming for now. I'm gonna go muck around. I still got to do some dishes and stuff. So I will talk to you guys later on. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself and relax. All right, thank you very much, and bye.